Stores. It is opening day here at Petco Park. Giants and Padres. Yu Darvish on the mound for the Padres against Logan Webb for the Giants. First pitch moments away. And then later tonight, 4 p.m. is when our Aztec pregame coverage starts. Aztecs Yukon, a rematch of the national championship game last year. 4:40 tip-off time there in Boston. Of course, you can listen to that game right here on San Diego Sports 760. And this update's been brought to you by Staples.
Opening day at Petco versus the San Francisco Giants. Plus, the Sweet 16 begins as the Aztecs face Yukon in a rematch of last year's title game. Yeah, this ain't a normal Thursday.
You just blew my mind.
We have to be with the people and feel the energy live.
Start talking and talk fast.
Now from the Blind Borough, it's Jon and Jim.
All right, Jon and Jim from the Blind Borough, downtown San Diego. Opening day for the Padres. Moments away from first pitch. We're going to do things a little differently here today. We've dealt with some issues, so I'm glad that we can broadcast from downtown. We're also having a watch party live on our YouTube channel at Jon and Jim 760. Go search us out there. We're going to be downtown. We're at the Blind Borough. First pitch moments away, and then also we'll be getting you ready for the Aztecs game tonight. Rematch versus Yukon in Boston, Sweet 16. John Schaefer, he's in Boston. He'll be giving you the pregame show starting at 4 p.m. Right now, down at Petco Park, you can maybe hear it. I know I can hear it. They are currently doing the national anthem, and of course, they are remembering Peter Seidler and the giant PS heart out in center field. On the scoreboard, they have a giant picture of Peter Seidler. It's very emotional right now inside of Petco Park. But if you can't get down to Petco Park, you want to come down and be around all the action. I am here at the Blind Borough. I'm hanging out on the corner of 7th and J. They have great food specials. They have great drink specials. If you want a margarita, if you want to have a fish taco, watch the Padres game, come down with me, and we'll have a fun time. So, Brent, I'm going to try to bring you in here. We're doing things a little differently today because equipment decided to not be our best friend. But Brent, can you hear me? Are we on the air, and can I hear you?
Yes, we are on the air.
Whoa. All right. So,
is that a flyby?
If you're listening right now, that was the flyover over Petco Park. Horrible timing to ask Brent how he's doing today, but Brent, just again. Can you hear me, and how are we doing back there in the studio?
Yes, we got you.
All right, perfect. I can hear you loud and clear. You can hear me loud, maybe not as clear as you normally can hear me, but we are on the radio and we are ready to go. Okay, so again, different show today. It's not your typical Jon and Jim show. Jon is in Boston. The Padres game's going on. I know what everybody probably is tuning into right now, but it's going to be like a reaction show. All right, a reaction show to the Padres game. It's moments away. First pitch, moments away. Seidler, Peter Seidler's wife, is throwing out the first pitch today for the Padres. So that is very emotional. Just all in all, I mean, you see it right now. I'm watching her on the mound, and you can't help but get emotional. You can't help but get emotional because of everything that Peter meant to the city, everything that Peter meant to the Padres. And she's wearing a great Letterman's jacket, a Padres Letterman jacket. On the back of the Letterman's jacket is the giant heart with the PS in the middle. And Manny Machado, wow, it's getting emotional. Manny Machado's catching the first pitch. And it was a great first pitch. Great first pitch by his wife, Sheil, to Manny Machado. They're embracing, they're hugging. And again, you can't help but get emotional seeing that. Just everything that Peter meant to the city, everything that he meant to Manny Machado. It's just a great scene overall. It's a great scene overall. So again, we'll keep you updated on what's going on. Obviously, no play-by-play here, right? But we are going to be reacting to everything that's going on at Petco Park, literally an arm's length away. I am looking at the Western Metal Supply Building as we speak right now. If you come down to Petco, if you come down to the Blind Borough, we have some great giveaways. We have some great giveaways for you if you want to come here and hang out with me while the Padres game's going on. You can watch the Padres game at the Blind Borough. We have a QR code for Wonderfront tickets. Now, this is like a great festival here in San Diego. If you come down, scan the QR code in front of me, Wonderfront tickets, you have an opportunity to win that. And by the way, I'm also giving away a Fernando Tatis Jr. big head bobblehead. I'll be giving that away in the 2 p.m. hour. Okay, the 2 p.m. hour. I'll be giving away that. Also, if you just want like a Jon and Jim sticker, want some free merch, I got some free merch for you as well. So come on down, say hi to me if you want to watch the Padres game at Petco Park. And then we can't forget also, San Diego State plays tonight in a huge Sweet 16 matchup between Yukon. I'm reading the comment section on YouTube, and yes, it is an S show. It is definitely an S show. But Aztecs, they play Yukon tonight in Sweet 16. That happens right after the Padres game.
It wouldn't be opening day if everything worked, okay?
No, of course not. Of course not. It would not be opening day if everything went perfect. If everything went swimmingly, if the lines were working, if everything was going well, it would not be opening day. So you're absolutely right. This is definitely an S show, but we're going to get through it. We're on the air. We're on YouTube. And we're just going to roll with the punches here. But also, if you want to come down here, I have a Padres backpack that I'm going to give away as well. So 2 p.m. hour is when all those things are happening. I'm going to give away a special code word to win those prizes. You got to come to me, tell me the code word, and you win those prizes. I'll be telling that later in the show. We're also going to bring back a couple interviews. Tom Seidler, he was with Darren earlier today, Peter's brother. And if you missed that interview with Darren, it's a fantastic interview. And you're going to listen to that coming up later in the show. Also, Marty caught up with Joe Musgrove, Fernando Tatis Jr., Jackson Merrill, and other players on the Padres before today's game. You're going to hear some of those as well. Again, first pitch, moments away from Petco Park. We're leading you up to the Aztecs pregame show at 4 p.m. against Yukon. It's kind of like, I don't know, one of the biggest games in San Diego State basketball history. John, I hate you. It's definitely a game that if the Aztecs win tonight, I was talking to some people about this morning, would be the biggest win in, I think one of the biggest wins, and you could argue the biggest win in program history. The win against FAU in the Final Four last year to get to the national championship game, yes, obviously, that's the biggest win in school history, getting to the national championship. But if you beat the defending national champions, a team that you lost to in the national championship last year, the number one overall seed in this tournament, the number one overall team in the whole entire country, you beat them today, I can make a real good argument that to me, is the biggest win in the history of the program. So we'll find out what happens later today. 4 p.m. is when our pregame coverage starts. 4:39 is when we will have tip-off there in Boston. Padres game is moments away. You're looking at the crowd. I mean, it's just, everybody having Peter Seidler signs and memorabilia and the PS patch on everybody's heart. And it's just, it feels like one of these seasons where everybody is pulling on the same rope. We talked about that last year a lot. There's Bob Melvin. Bob Melvin is in the Giants dugout. That's a weird sight to see. Anyway, it feels like this year, to start, everybody's pulling on at least the same rope. Last year, this team, I don't know if I could say that. I don't know if I could say that this team was all pulling on the same rope last year, but hey, this year, circumstances being what they are, kind of feels like everybody's pulling on the same rope, and you feel good heading into the season. I don't think this team is like a 95-win team, but I think this team is good enough to make the postseason, and that's all that matters in baseball. It's all that matters. Just get in the postseason by any means necessary, and then see what happens. You don't have to win 95 games. You don't have to win 100 games. You just have to win enough to be in the postseason. It doesn't matter if you're the last wild card or the first wild card or whatever. You make the postseason, you're relatively healthy with this pitching staff, you feel really good about yourself. So first pitch, literally seconds away down at Petco Park. And the atmosphere down here is amazing. I mean, Blind Burrow right now, it's packed. Everybody is watching the Padres game. Across the street is packed. And everybody here is just excited for this season. I was down at the Blind Burrow and around Petco Park at about 9:45 a.m. today. And I tell you what, the atmosphere felt almost like better than last year. Now, it's hard to say that because last year was just freaking crazy. But there still was there's still an excitement right now with this team. Even with the offseason that they had, even with the offseason with the Juan Soto trade and, you know, everything that happened with Peter Seidler, and you still have a bunch of holes on this roster, like, you still feel there's this big excitement with this team. You have Petco Park, which is, you know, sold out today, and it's going to be probably sold out most of this weekend, weather permitting, by the way. The weather this weekend, it's kind of weird to say it would rain in March, and you could potentially have a rain out in March, but there's a potential for a rain out in March. I don't know if that's going to be the case. A little light sprinkle here and there, but still it's on the forecast. I think they're going to get these games in, and you start the year off with a 7-game homestand. To me, you got to get off to a good start. You have to get off to at least the start that you feel good about. A 3-4 homestand, to me, not good enough. A 4-3 homestand, I think, to me, that is what you have to do. 4-3 homestand to start the year feels good. So you get that, you go back on the road, you play the Cardinals here after the Giants, and we'll see what happens. But with this rotation, it's going to be fun to see how they perform, because on paper, this Padres rotation, to me, you could argue is one of the best in the National League West. Maybe it's a stretch to say that they're the best in the National League, but I think they have the potential. They have the potential to be one of the best in the league. If you're telling me right now, hey, by the way, at the end of the year, this Padres rotation is going to be top 10 rotation in baseball, pushing a top 5 rotation in baseball, then I would bet a lot of money that this team makes the postseason and that they have a chance once they get there. Yu Darvish looking pretty good already in the top of the first inning there. But yeah, the rotation is going to be everything. Yu Darvish is a big key. I said yesterday on the show that if Yu Darvish is the pitcher that has one of the best seasons for the Padres, then to me, that leads everybody into the right direction. If Yu Darvish has a year like he had last year or a year like he had in 2021, that's a huge problem. So, all right, perfect. 3 up, 3 down for Yu Darvish in the first inning. We head to the bottom of the first inning now with the Padres coming to bat. We're scoreless there at Petco Park. It's kind of weird because, like, I'm at the Blind Burrow and I can hear the cheers before I actually see it happening on my screen. So it's a little weird kind of feeling because I can hear the screams, so I know something good happened, but then I don't see it on my screen happening in real time. So it's just like a weird thing to go through that. And it's a weird thing to be downtown during the Padres game with Jon trolling me on the YouTube chat in Boston, getting ready for the Aztecs game tonight versus Yukon. Brent's in studio. There's everybody's everywhere. We were at a client party early this morning. That was fun. I'm a little tipsy. I had a couple margaritas, Brent. That was not probably the best idea to do, to have a couple margaritas before the show. And also be in an environment where I was screaming because the music was loud. So yeah, you know what? It's just a great start to the day, Brent. Just a great start to the day. How's everything sounding? Because if you're listening right now, it might sound a little different. But Brent, are we sounding good? Is everything sounding okay?
No, we're good to go. We're good.
Good to go? Okay, perfect. It's a little weird because I can't hear anything in my ear. Little behind the curtain here for radio. Usually, like, I can hear myself. I can hear programming. But I'm just winging it right now. We're just winging it. We're having a fun time. Blind Burrow. People are watching the game. People across the street, packed bars everywhere. If you want to come by, say hi to me. I'm hanging out till 4 o'clock. Ben's going to join me at 2 o'clock. And then John, theoretically, will be joining me at 3 o'clock as well. I don't know how that's going to work out. But in the meantime, we're just hanging out. We're having a fun time. The crowd is great around Petco Park. The vibe's really good. And, yeah, we're just watching Padres baseball and having a good time. So, again, we were at the Blind Burrow at the corner of 7th and J. And Padres game is going on right now. We're at the bottom of the first inning. Is scoreless. Yu Darvish had a quick 1-2-3 top of the first inning there. He only threw 9 pitches. Only 9 pitches in the first inning. And you couldn't say that about his last outing versus the Dodgers in Seoul, Korea. That was a struggle. That was definitely a struggle. But it was 3 1/3 innings, 3 2/3 innings of scoreless baseball. And today, I think you're looking at about, what? At least 5 innings, right, Brent? At least 5 innings from Yu Darvish today.
Well, if he doesn't do 5, he won't get credit for a start, so he has to do 5.
Well, I know. I'm
6.
just saying, like, it just get through 5 innings today, and you feel good about yourself because you don't want to start the season off with like a struggle and already putting strain on your bullpen and all of that. So I think if you can get 5 innings out of Yu Darvish today, to me that would be good. This Padres bullpen, everyone's rested after the Korea series. We're good to go there. So yeah, Yu Darvish today, Joe Musgrove tomorrow. We got Dylan Cease, the newest Padre, on Saturday. And then Michael King, also new Padre. He's going to be pitching on Sunday. And then Matt Waldron on Monday versus the Cardinals. So that's your first 5 in the Padres starting rotation. Again, we're in the bottom of the first inning at Petco Park. It's scoreless between the Giants and the Padres. Aztecs, they have a huge game tonight. Duh, that's an understatement of the freaking year. It's a must-win game tonight for the Aztecs against Yukon. 4 p.m. is when our pregame coverage starts. 4:30 is when first tip happens in Boston. The first game in Boston. 4:39. Sorry, 4:39 tip-off time in Boston between the Aztecs and the defending champion Yukon Huskies. So we are in the bottom of the first inning. Xander Bogaerts just struck out. So all that talk I did last night on the wrap-up show of Logan Webb and having a tough spring, and then possibly going to be a person to watch this struggle to start the year for the Giants. We'll see what happens there. But I think they're going to hit him today. I really do. I really think that with what I've seen from Logan Webb this spring, it's not been a good spring. He's got a 10+ ERA, and he's not looked good in any of his 6 starts. He just hasn't. I think the Padres are going to hit Logan Webb today. I really do. I think some runs will be scored. It's a perfect day out. The marine layer is not a factor. Usually during the daytime, it's better. So I think they're going to score some runs. I really do. And it's so funny because I can hear what's happening at Petco Park right now. And I'm like, oh, okay, that just happened. As I'm watching on my screen, hasn't happened yet. But it's just – anyway, so, all right, we are now 2 down, bottom of the first inning there. Manny Machado coming to bat right now versus Logan Webb. And I'll keep you updated today on everything that's happening. We're having a fun little watch party down here at the Blind Burrow. The bar is packed with people. Across the street, it's packed. And drinks are flowing. Food's flowing. It was great. It's an awesome time. I know Petco Park is just absolute. It's 40,000 plus. But if you were not able to get into Petco Park today, understandable. Come hang out with me at the Blind Burrow. Come hang out. Watch the game. We're having a good time. I got some giveaways. If you want some free swag, come up to me, give you some free swag, and hopefully we can watch a Padres win. Now tomorrow, just a heads up programming note, tomorrow, all right, we will be at the Naughty Barrel, okay, the Naughty Barrel on Market, and we will be there every Friday for every Padres home game this season. So if you want to come hang out with us before Padres games, we will be there at the Naughty Barrel every Friday this year for home games. So you can hang out with us there and have a good time. All right, coming up next, Tom Seidler He joined Darren Smith earlier today. Joined him. If you missed that interview, you'll hear that interview from Tom Seidler, Peter's brother, coming up next.
This is Aztecs basketball.
ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ziprecruiter.com/radio. That's ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/radio. Through HIMS, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at HIMS, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/radio and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. hims.com/radio.
Life's a constant swirl of shopping. Groceries, clothes, gifts, the occasional self-care splurge. You know how it is. That's why you should get the Drop app. With Drop, you earn points for shopping and turn those points into gift cards. Last year, I scored $150 in gift cards alone. Make sure to use code DROP23 when you sign up and get $5 in Drop points. That's DROP23. Get rewarded for shopping and download Drop now for free on the App Store or Google Play.
OG's just launched a new double IPA, Float Your Bones. For the adventure beer lover, this one is a must-try.
The tournament is here. BetOnline is your bracket headquarters for this season with the best bracket contest out there and odds, lines, and info on every game and every round, right up until the national championship. You can access the most up-to-the-minute wagering information anytime from your desktop or your mobile device and even track your bracket real-time all the way through the tournament. Head to BetOnline today to stay updated on all the action. BetOnline. The game starts here.
Hey, it's Rich. Dr. Colby at Ocean View Dental has changed the way I look at dentists. I no longer set dentist appointments. I have visits with my dentist. A great family man and an amazing family practice. Check him out at oceanviewdental.net.
Hey, guys. Did you know that half of men over age 50 have erectile dysfunction on some level? Whether you have mild, moderate, or severe ED, West Coast Men's Health can help. We don't prescribe pills and hope they work. Instead, we treat the root cause of the problem with acoustic wave therapy, which breaks down plaque, unclogs arteries, and restores blood flow. We have treated thousands of men across our 11 locations nationwide and have established ourselves as a leader in the industry. So whether you have ED, Peyronie's disease, or suffer from chronic pain, such as neuropathy, carpal tunnel, or Dupuytren's contracture, West Coast Men's Health can help. No pills, no shots, no surgery, just results.
With clinics in Mission Valley and Carlsbad, call West Coast Men's Health at 619-268-5959. That's 619-268-5959. 619-268-5959. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Listen to San Diego Sports 760 on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, sports, talk, and podcasts. Free, never sounded so good. San Diego Sports now.
All right, this update is brought to you by Staples Stores. Padres and Giants underway at Petco Park. We are scoreless in the top of the second inning there. And the Aztecs, they take on Yukon tonight in a rematch of last year's national championship game in the Sweet 16 in Boston. 4 p.m. is when our pregame coverage starts. 4:39 tip-off time there. Tip-off game right here on San Diego Sports 760. And this update has been brought to you by Staples.
We're back to the Blind Burrow getting set for opening day from Petco versus the Giants.
You know, the two frontline guys, and Joe and you, mixed with Cease and now King is dribbling the ball really well. We feel really strong about our rotation.
Plus the Aztecs versus Yukon in the Sweet 16. Now back to Jon and Jim.
All right, Jon and Jim from Blind Burrow downtown, close to Petco Park. Padres and Giants underway right now. We are in the still the bottom of the second inning, scoreless there at Petco Park. And if you missed it earlier today, Peter Seidler's brother, Tom Seidler, he was on with Darren and Marty. If you missed that interview, here it is.
It's been 1360, whether it's the old Death Star days, as we refer to them. You know that we had an opening day tradition where we were very fortunate to have a great connection and a great friendship with Peter Seidler. And I've said it for the last couple of weeks. It's been a bit melancholic to look forward to opening day and knowing that the patches will be worn, that there will be the PS initials that have been so beautifully etched into the outfield grass inside of Petco Park. I'm sure I'm not alone in that sentiment, but we did have a tradition, and we are thrilled beyond words to say hello to Tom Seidler, the vice president of the Padres, community, military affairs, and so much more that Tom represents here to the city of San Diego and also to the San Diego Padres. Peter's brother, brother to many other Seidlers. We've had plenty to choose from, and it's always our pleasure to say hello to Tom, who's taking time out of his day to join us here live on set at the Blind Burrow. And Tom, welcome to the program. We do appreciate you. We appreciate you helping us continue this tradition moving forward here, that this becomes now a Seidler D. Smith show tradition from here on out. How are you?
Thanks, Darren. I'm happy to take the baton and keep the Seidler tradition alive. You've got 8 other siblings to choose from if I'm out of town next year.
You drew the short straw here today as well. When you woke up today, what was the first thing that you thought? It's opening day. It's, you often hear, especially for families that deal with loss, right? Like holidays and birthdays, anniversaries, things like that. Like this is the baseball holiday of San Diego. Yep. It's such an important day. I just wonder, how are you doing today?
Yeah, Peter is very much with us today. He was with us in Seoul, or that great 15-11 win against the Dodgers. I office right across the hall from his office, and I still feel him very much at Petco Park. And thanks to the folks at Petco Park, there's a big PS heart in center field that you'll see. Thanks to the team, there's a PS heart in the dugout. And, of course, we put up that PS on the face of the press box that'll be at Petco Park forever, next to Jerry Coleman and Tony Gwynn and Ray Kroc. So he's literally at Petco Park, and you can feel him. We're all inspired by the way he did things in San Diego, the way he went about his 11 years here, and we're going to work like heck to keep that legacy going for many years.
And there's a story, right? The PS wasn't just something that was sent off to marketing, or it was sent out there. Like there's an actual story for those that might not have heard it, about the PS and the heart, and where some of the idea came from on that.
Yeah, Peter's daughters, Shanti and Sadie, came up with the idea and said, can we have it be a heart shape? It's typically a band on a sleeve or a circle on the chest. And they said, can we have the PS be inside of a heart and above the player's heart on the left chest on the jersey? And we did a lot of research. We couldn't find another team who honored somebody like that with a heart. And ironically, about a month after we did it, I think the Golden State Warriors had somebody in their ownership group pass, and they did a heart. So it may start a new trend, but it's really neat that it came from Peter's daughters. And it meant a lot to Sheil and the family, and it meant a lot to the players to have it that way, that heart shape, because Peter had a lot of love for San Diego and exhibited his love in a lot of ways in his community work. And there's a lot of love between the players. And so the symbolism is powerful.
Tom Seidler is joining us. We're live from the Blind Burrow on a little bit earlier. Darren Smith with you to 1 o'clock. Jon and Jim coming up in a little bit. The term that gets used a lot is, advancing Peter's legacy. And for shows like this, you're familiar enough with the show that, like we're talking baseball, right? Like, oh, well, what does this mean? Will they spend money? Is it going to be the roster? But, this is downtown San Diego. The Seidler story, not just Peter's story, but the Seidler story, including you, Tom, is really a love affair with this city. Something that I think is relatable for a lot of us, maybe who weren't born here, but somehow by circumstance got here and said, we ain't never going anywhere, right? Like, this is it. This is what I have for it. Beyond the baseball stuff, we can talk baseball all day. Advancing the legacy of your brother in the city, especially for somebody who's a vice president, does a ton with the community, does a ton with military affairs. These are not easy shoes to fill. What does that mean moving ahead?
Yeah, so I was fortunate to work with Peter and lead our community efforts and build our foundation from scratch. And when we thought about the best way to honor Peter after his passing, we came up with the Peter Seidler Legacy Projects. And so we've raised money from ownership, from our family, from players. A number of the players that have been signed to long-term contracts chipped in really without being asked, led by Yu Darvish, who said, hey, that Peter was important to me. And so we have a lot of matching funds, and we've raised about $400,000 from fans just chipping in, some as low as $5, some quite a bit more. And anyway, the hope is we can do about $1 million of Peter Seidler Legacy Projects each year forever, and focus on the areas that were close to his heart. Everyone knows about homelessness, but education was important, getting kids, especially girls, playing softball and boys playing t-ball and Little League Baseball. And so we're going to look for big impact grants to make each year in his name, and that'll be a fun project for all of us to be a part of, and meaningful to me to kind of lead that effort.
And so many opportunities too in and around San Diego, not just here in the short term, but as we see the season ongoing, I'm sure that the legacy fund, that we will continue to hear many more opportunities for people that maybe for whatever reason are just hearing it for the first time.
Yeah. We'll I think it'll be a big focus of our Dinner on the Diamond, our big fundraiser in July, and you'll hear a lot more about it throughout the year. But the little things like the PS Heart patch that the players wear, that's for sale at the team store. That money from those patches being sold $7 at a time will go into the fund, and we'll have some other fundraising vehicles. But again, you'll hear about that not just this year, but hopefully for forever.
You are Peter's younger brother. We learned a little bit, right? Like during the this great celebration of life. How many times? Please tell me if I'm going too far here. Did you and Peter smoke sage together? Since I wasn't sure where that story was going when Preller started it. I don't know if you knew where that story was going, but
I hadn't heard that story. I hadn't heard that whole story. So
what were you thinking as Preller's telling that story?
Well, Peter was very much outside the box. He was creative. He would zag when others zig. So he would try anything. He would do anything, especially if he thought it would help. And so it didn't surprise me that he would try, saging the field. And I'm sure Sheila had a lot to do with it, with her being more in tune, I think, with unconventional tactics like that. But it was neat to hear. And I think not surprising to hear from Peter.
Yeah, I wasn't sure too. Were you nervous? Were you like, whoa, where are we going with this one when AJ started it? Because a lot of people thought he was zigging when he was actually zagging.
No, last year we were hoping for more, and hopefully some of the bad luck we had and some of the breaks that didn't go our way will even out this year. And I think we're all a bit optimistic that the team's going to play inspired. And the breaks are going to shift a bit in our direction, and I think it's going to be a heck of a season. And maybe the sage just had a delayed effect.
Right, it's probably still around in some capacity. Once that gets into the dirt and into the grass, probably difficult to remove. I've heard this from a couple of people that I know that work for the organization. Right, obviously, disappointing season. You go into the postseason. There's into the off season, I should say. What's going on with the manager and what's going on with the GM, and then obviously Peter's passing. That I heard this from a couple of different people that the celebration, which was last weekend, was sort of centering. It was centering for a lot of people in terms of, well, where's this all going? It's an interim chairman and Eric Katenda. Like, okay, we're focused now. We've gone through Korea, right? Who's going to make the roster? Who's not going to make it? I don't know if that was how you felt walking out, obviously on a much different level. But a lot of people in the organization did tell me that they felt like, from players to coaches to front office, like we're sort of centered now. It got us refocused, like what we have to do here and what the job is in 2024.
Yeah, Peter's passing was a shock. Nobody saw it coming, and a lot of what we did, was we had to do certain things in short order. But it was really good that we delayed the celebration of life, timed it with opening week. New players on the team who never got a chance to meet Peter now know a little bit about him and what he stood for. So it's nice that some of those guys wearing the PS above their heart know a little bit more about him. And, with the passage of time, I think it was easier to make it a upbeat, positive, a bit of a baseball-centric celebration. And because sometimes you go to celebration of life and it's really a funeral, or it's grieving. And I think this really had an upbeat tone, and my sister telling funny stories and AJ and others. And that's how Peter would want it, right? Let's focus on baseball. And if you want to be inspired by what Peter and others have done, wonderful. And it is nice to kind of, have the focus squarely on baseball now, and the celebration and the optimism and the faith of opening week.
All right, that was part one of Tom Seidler on with Darren today. Coming up next, you'll hear part two of that conversation. Real quick update from inside Petco Park. It's the top of the third inning, still scoreless, but there's a runner on second for the Giants and one out there. So, again, we'll keep you updated on that game, get you ready for the Aztecs game tonight as they'll take on Yukon. Pregame starts at 4 p.m. Coming up next, part two of Tom Seidler with Darren earlier today on San Diego Sports 760.
It's Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
Chargers fans, or the bots who play Chargers fans on X, are ticked off that it was only a 4th-round pick that the Chargers got in compensation for Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen is ancient for a wide receiver. And also, by the way, he's played a lot of games.
It's like you're buying a used car. You know, it's got a lot of miles on it, but maybe it's in great shape.
You seen how expensive used cars are these days?
Yeah.
Weekday mornings at 6. San Diego Sports. 760. America's finest sports station.
Have you been wanting to find the secret to losing weight and getting healthy the natural way without drugs or injections? At SDFatLoss.com, we know the secret to losing a half a pound to a pound of fat every day naturally, safely, and effectively without counting points or calories. No exercising, no prepackaged meals, no hormones, no injections, no drugs or surgery. Go to SDFatLoss.com now.
Hey, it's Rich for SDFatLoss.com. I have lost 30 pounds the natural way. What does that mean? Find out at SDFatLoss.com. But what it means for me is no counting points or calories, no prepackaged meals. It is the best way to lose weight. Trust me, I'm thrilled with the results.
Many clients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. That's up to a pound per day. For your free private phone consultation, call 858-665-3211 or go to SDFatLoss.com. Our staff will walk you through our entire program, talk about your health goals, and see if it's a good fit for you. Go to SDFatLoss.com now. Results may vary.
Hey, baseball fans, did you know that Fubo has the most MLB games you can get without cable? That's right. Only Fubo has the broadcast networks and regional networks you need to watch your home team all year long. Out of market? Don't worry. Fubo has MLB TV too. Watch on all your devices at home and on the go. Baseball season is finally here. Get Fubo today. Start streaming FuboTV.com. That's FUBOTV.com.
Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons in a limited engagement for the last Encores Tour. April 4th, 5th, and 6th at the Westgate Resort and Casino. Tickets are on sale now at WestgateLasVegas.com. Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, April 4th, 5th, and 6th at the Westgate Resort and Casino. More shows coming in October from Danny Zalisco Presents.
Windmill Farms, the college area's natural grocer, features organic farm fresh produce and meats, an amazing craft beer selection, a full deli with award-winning sandwiches, and a nutrition section that is second to none. Centrally located off Del Cerro Boulevard, across the freeway from Montezuma Mesa, Windmill Farms is your family-owned market serving the San Diego area for 20 years. Visit windmillfarmsmarket.com to see their weekly specials or check them out on Instacart and have your groceries delivered to your doorstep. Shop local. Shop at Windmill Farms.
3 bands, 1 stadium. Journey, Def Leppard, the Steve Miller Band, 3 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame icons, their biggest hits. Together, Friday, August 30th, Petco Park. Tickets on sale now at DefLeppardJourney2024.com.
Life's a constant swirl of shopping. Groceries, clothes, gifts, the occasional self-care splurge. You know how it is. That's why you should get the Drop app. With Drop, you earn points for shopping and turn those points into gift cards. Last year, I scored $150 in gift cards alone. Make sure to use code DROP23 when you sign up and get $5 in Drop points. That's DROP23. Get rewarded for shopping and download Drop now for free on the App Store or Google Play.
News trending now on AM 600 Kogo.
I'm LaDonna Harvey. It's a big day for sports in San Diego for the Padres home opener and the Aztecs playing in the Sweet 16 against Yukon. The ship that took down a bridge in Maryland and killed 6 people was carrying hazardous materials, and San Diego's getting ready for a major storm. It's expected to hit this weekend.
These stories and more on San Diego's News Radio 600 Kogo and Kogo.com. Brought to you by San Diego County Credit Union.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by AutoZone.
Prior to today's Petco Park opener against the Giants, the Padres option pitcher Adrian Morejon to AAA El Paso. SDSU hits the hardwood for their title game rematch versus Yukon today. Iowa women's basketball star Caitlin Clark was invited by USA Basketball to participate in their Olympic training camp April 3rd through the 5th in Cleveland, Ohio. The women's Final Four is scheduled from the 5th to the 7th. I'm Seth Everett.
Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Islands, those fresh-cut fries and Mai Tais.
The universal truth of women's shoes. The cuter they are, the more they hurt. You have to put your best foot forward, and if your best foot is an ugly shoe, oh my goodness. Lise Ann thought she had to choose between looking good and feeling good, until she got fitted for arch supports at the Good Feet store. Now I can wear the shoes that I've picked out because I like the way they look, not because they were comfortable. Good Feet relieved her pain and her fashion dilemma. Stop by or schedule your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
Come see us at one of our 3 San Diego locations or at goodfeet.com.
Everyone has a happy place, and mine's Dave & Buster's. Hey, it's Travis. Watch the tournament games all month long at Dave & Buster's. Enjoy $5 happy hour items, huge TVs, award-winning menu items, and the best arcade games in San Diego. Dave & Buster's locations in Mission Valley and Carlsbad.
Hey, Phil, these newfangled ACs are more like computers than ice cubes.
Yep, some of the most high-tech equipment in your home, Ken.
So when your AC's on the fritz, you don't want Johnny Lunch Bucket showing up.
Wow, brother, that's why all of our service techs get over 100 hours of training every year.
Class in session.
Call ASI, we fix it right, or you don't pay.
ASI, the white glove guys, 1-800-481-COOL.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to hims.com/joy. That's HIMS.com/JOY.
Stay connected with speed you need with gig speeds everywhere from Cox. Learn more at Cox.com. We're back to the blind burrow getting set for opening day from Petco versus the Giants.
You know, the 2 frontline guys, and Joe and you, mixed with Cease and now King is dribbling the ball really well. We feel really strong about our rotation.
Plus the Aztecs versus Yukon in the Sweet 16. Now back to Jon and Jim.
Unmute your mic.
You know, it'd be a good idea to unmute my mic. It'd be a good idea to
not here. It's like you're here.
Yes, yeah. Well, you know, it's not the first thing that's gone wrong today, technically, you know. So we are the Blind Burrow downtown. An update from the Padres game. Giants lead the Padres 1-0, bottom of the 3rd inning there. Here's part 2 of our Tom Seidler interview earlier today on with Darren.
Different direction. And, you know, you were talking about the 84 Padres and fantasy camp and you know, very much focused on getting back and getting into the season. How are you feeling about the team moving into the season as well? You've touched on it a little bit, you know, in terms of focus and being a bit more lucky and having the baseball gods shine upon Petco Park a bit more, perhaps in some of those really awkward kind of almost bizarre type statistics. You've been around the club. How you feeling about it?
There definitely is an air of optimism, an air of inspiration. I think a lot of us who have gotten to know Mike Shildt over the past couple of years, you know, he's a guy you really quickly respect and love, and I think he's the right man at the right time to lead this team. And you know, players, if you don't play your best a given day, a given week. And I think last year collectively and maybe individually, a lot of the guys didn't love the outcome. And I think they're a little fired up to put their best foot forward. And, you know, you get the youthful injection of Jackson Merrill and Luis Camposano and others. And I think it's a good blend of veterans, youth, some obviously a lot of the new talent that came from the Yankees and with Dylan Cease now. You know, it's a good team. It's capable certainly of getting to the playoffs. And when you get there, it's anybody's game, as the Diamondbacks and Rangers showed last year. Nobody had them going as far as they did. So it's, you know, it's opening week, so we're probably all optimistic, but I think this is going to be a fun team to watch. I think they're going to play hard. I think they're going to play inspired, and I think their leader is the right leader to take them far.
And you've been in baseball, for those that might not know, Tom, you've been in baseball for what, 3 decades in one capacity or another? I know there was some stops along the way in minor league baseball, right? You guys were up in Visalia, I believe. I mean, some of your work in baseball too, it's not like you just rolled off the truck here and you know, sort of found an office inside of the building. I mean, would you mind telling everybody a little bit about your experience in the sport? Because, you know, it's a family thing, obviously, something we've often talked about and people realize, but you've been around the sport for your whole life, let's say.
Yeah, it's been my career, and I've been fortunate. I get, you know, I've got the chance to go to work at a ballpark every day for my 30 whatever years of work, small towns and big cities, and hopefully this is my last stop here in San Diego, even a stint in Venezuela. In fact,
what was that about? I read that last night. I was like, I don't know that I realized that you worked in Caracas.
So I spent one Venezuelan Winter League season in Caracas. Carlos Hernandez was on that team as a player. Eric Karros was on that team. So because their season wraps through the holidays, I was away from my family for Christmas. I think I was the first kid in our family not to be home for Christmas. That was a big deal. 10 of us, you know, we hadn't yet got married and stuff. So the expectation is that we're all together at Christmas. And I was in Caracas, and you know, it was lonely to be so far away at Christmas time and miss the first family Christmas. On December 26th, out of nowhere, surprising me, Peter showed up, and knowing that I was probably a little homesick and missing the holidays, and he flew to Caracas, and we hung out for a few days, kind of during the Christmas, New Year's week, and saw a couple of games. And that's just what he did. Like, if any of us were down or any of us needed something small like that, just a brother to hang out with, or health problems, whatever, he was always there to pick up a sibling. And that's why it's not surprising when you hear the stories. And I've heard a lot the last 3 months of people saying, hey, my child had type 1 diabetes. Peter went out of his way to call him and say, hey, you can get through this. I've had it. Same thing with cancer. You know, Peter had some bad luck with health issues, even though he was a very fit, healthy guy. He, through no fault of his own, he had some bad luck with type 1 diabetes and cancer. But he found a way to conquer both. Like, he was, you know, a healthy 63-year-old. Anyway, he took his personal battles and helped others who faced the same things.
I would imagine too, a couple Seidler boys on the loose in Caracas, Venezuela around.
All right, that was the rest of Tom Seidler there with Darren. Again, if you are not at the game today, but you still want to come down to Petco Park, I'm at the Blind Burrow hanging out until 4 p.m. If you want to win this great prize, we have Wonderfront tickets. So we have a QR code in front of us. Call on down, scan the QR code. You can win Wonderfront tickets. All right. It's the Wonderfront Music and Art Festival all along the Waterfront Park in downtown San Diego, May 10th, 2 to 12th. Over 80 artists across 9 stages. So come on down. We have only one VIP pair of tickets, good for all 3 days. So this is a huge prize. We have a QR code out in front of me at the Blind Burrow. Scan the QR code, enter to win those amazing tickets. All right, update from Petco Park. We are now in the top of the 4th inning. It's still 1-0 Giants. The Padres, I don't think they even have a hit yet. They don't have a hit against Logan Webb. Nick Ahmed had the first run of the game, a double down the left field line. So the Giants lead the Padres 1-0, top of the 4th inning there. All right, coming up next, we'll take you inside Petco Park. We will hear from Joe Musgrove. We will hear from Fernando Tatis Jr. We'll also hear from Manny Machado. And we'll get you ready for the Aztec game later tonight as they take on Yukon in the Sweet 16. All that coming up next. This is Jon and Jim.
Join us for our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Awards, live from the Dolby Theater in Hollywood.
Monday, April 1st. Watch on Fox starting at 8 p.m. and listen on the free iHeartRadio app.
Tesla of Trendlast is a proud partner of the iHeartRadio Music Awards, a celebration of artists and the fans who got them there. The fans who make the music truly come alive through their energy and positive vibes. To the fans that make live music possible, we salute you.
Lower mortgage rates are here, and smart homeowners are wiping out all their credit card debt with help from Loan Pronto. Hey guys, it's Schaefer. Right now, Loan Pronto has a cash out refinance rate of just 5.49%. That's a huge drop. So you can get refinanced now. Get cash out of your home's equity to wipe out all those credit cards and other high-interest loans. You can save hundreds every month with lower payments. Or if you still have a mortgage rate in the threes, you can use Loan Pronto's Equity Express line of credit. Just get the cash you need and leave your primary mortgage intact. Loan Pronto can get you $50, $75, $100, even $200,000 in just a matter of days. Bottom line, Loan Pronto's got several options to help you erase debt and take control of your finances. Call today. You can even skip your next 2 mortgage payments. Call Loan Pronto now. 619-207-4336. That's 619-207-4336 or loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender. NMLS 1661781. 5.49% has 6.39% APR. Subject to lender approval.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Pre-game with the Darren Smith Show and Jon and Jim as they broadcast live from Naughty Barrel in East Village this Friday starting at noon. Naughty Barrel has been the go-to for sports fans since 2011 with a full DirecTV package and close to 100 beers on tap. Plus, they brew their own beer. Naughty Barrel has the largest outdoor patio in East Village, and every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, smoke Texas-style barbecue brisket and turkey. Naughty Barrel, East Village. Getting naughty in East Village since 2011.
Hey guys, Matt Coker here with West Coast Men's Health. Most guys don't realize that their ED started in their 40s. Symptoms of erectile dysfunction can be slight and subtle, but by treating your symptoms at the onset, you can avoid severe ED in the future. Mild ED is easily reversed at our clinic using our acoustic wave technology. Most men have accepted that ED is a part of getting older, but that's far from the truth. Our acoustic wave therapy has helped thousands of men restore function, whether they're in their 40s or their 80s. West Coast Men's Health also treats chronic pain, including neuropathy, plantar fasciitis, Dupuytren's contracture, and even carpal tunnel. So if this sounds like you, give West Coast Men's Health a call today and see how we can help.
With clinics in Mission Valley and Carlsbad, call West Coast Men's Health at 619-268-5959. That's 619-268-5959. 619-268-5959. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to speak?
Too hard. Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 10 minutes a day.
10 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun.
Fun isn't hard.
Right. Babbel's interactive lessons, podcasts, games, and more make languages fun and engaging. You might even forget you're learning. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life. Babbel teaches language skills you'll actually use, about travel, business, relationships, and more. You'll learn what matters most to you. Plus, Babbel's lessons are designed to get you having real conversations in as little as 3 weeks.
Just 3 weeks? Even better.
Since Babbel's lessons are voiced by real native speakers, you'll get pronunciation just right and be able to carry on conversations with confidence.
Learning a language with Babbel doesn't take long. And with Babbel, it isn't hard. It's perfect.
Get Babbel. It starts here. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
I'm Brad Bellis, president of Cable Pipe and Leak Detection. We have been locating utilities and water leaks throughout Southern California for almost 40 years. No project is too big or too small, from residential to commercial and government. CPL does it all. Call 1-800-450-LEAK or cpldetection.com.
Almond RX is the first and only skinless almond fortified with vitamin D. Founded by a San Diego sports medicine physician, Almond RX is packed with a powerhouse of nutrients and antioxidants supporting heart, cellular, and gut health as they curb your appetite. Find them at Foodland, Harvest Ranch, or almondrx.com.
Life's a constant swirl of shopping. Groceries, clothes, gifts, the occasional self-care splurge. You know how it is. That's why you should get the Drop app. With Drop, you earn points for shopping and turn those points into gift cards. Last year, I scored $150 in gift cards alone. Make sure to use code DROP23 when you sign up and get $5 in Drop points. That's DROP23. Get rewarded for shopping and download Drop now for free on the App Store or Google Play.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like Freeform Radio, a unique blend of Americana, classic alternative, and roots rock.
You belong in my sweetheart. With the songs of sweet.
Open the free iHeartRadio app, search Freeform Radio, and listen now, commercial-free. Free never sounded so good.
San Diego Sports 760. Exclusive home for Westwood One's coverage of March Madness. KGB and KGB FM HD2 San Diego. KGB and KGB FM HD2 San Diego. San Diego Sports 760. America's finest sports station.
All right, this update is brought to you by Staples Stores. Update from the Padres and Giants game inside Petco Park. Giants lead the Padres 1-0 heading to the bottom of the fourth inning there. And San Diego State takes on Yukon later today. 4 p.m. is when our official pregame coverage starts in Boston with John Schaefer courtside there. 4:39 tip-off time. You can hear that game right here on San Diego Sports 760. Of course, this update has been brought to you by Staples.
Opening day at Petco versus the San Francisco Giants. Plus, the Sweet 16 begins as the Aztecs face Yukon in a rematch of last year's title game. Yeah, this ain't a normal Thursday. You just blew my mind. We have to be with the people and feel the energy live. Start talking and talk fast. Now from the Blind Borough, it's Jon and Jim.
All right, Jon and Jim, opening day here at Petco Park. Also, it's the Aztecs Sweet 16 matchup versus Yukon later tonight. Just a quick update inside Petco Park. I hear some cheering, so I don't know if anything happened. I can't see anything on my screen yet. But the update is the Giants lead the Padres 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning there. Nick Ahmed, RBI double. Got the first run of the game for the Giants. And, of course, as I said earlier last inning, I think the Padres had no hits. Well, they have one hit now. Tanner Bogaerts has the first hit of the season here at Petco Park. All right, so earlier today, if you missed it, Joe Musgrove, Fernando Tatis Jr., they both spoke to the media. Here's those two conversations talking about opening day here at Petco Park and what to expect this upcoming season.
Feels amazing. Being back home is different, and opening day back in the States is just what is right.
It never loses its excitement, does it?
It does not. So opening day, fifth opening day is exciting. So time to go out there and just enjoy it.
What do you like most about this ball club and the way it's constructed this year heading into the season?
We're just gonna play good baseball. We're a team that I feel like it has the right part to push for each other, and that's what we're gonna do the rest of the season.
How are you feeling at this point after a full regular offseason of work and just health and body?
I feel amazing. I feel right where I want it. So there's definitely, it's going to be all of me out there. So time to embrace it and time to go just out there and enjoy the game.
Manny Machado spoke on Saturday about how Peter Seidler changed the landscape of baseball forever in San Diego. How personal is this season for you to honor just how much he meant to this team and to you personally?
It's just more energy, you know. It's just more to go out there and play our best game, not just as an individual, but as a team, as an organization, you know. So we're definitely bonding. We're definitely, like I mentioned, on this together, and I just can't wait for the long run with this, boys.
How strange will it be for you to see Bob Melvin on the other side today?
It's part of this game. It's part of this business. So I appreciate my time with Bob, but now he's on the other side, and so now it's time to be him.
Thoughts on the National League West? It's going to be a pretty competitive division this year.
God, what's going on? It's definitely a Wild West, but I just enjoy this. The best baseball is going to be played on this side, so might as well everybody just enjoy it.
What's been the most impressive thing about Jackson Merrill and just his composure at this stage?
The kid's just amazing. You know, the kid's gonna play baseball the right way. It's gonna play the game to win, and you know, I'm just looking to be in the front row, see him play his best game.
We're excited, man. I think the fan base is really excited about it. I think having Peter's ceremony the other day, getting to share some stories about him and just kind of remember what he started here. I think it's kind of motivated and inspired everybody a little more.
I know everyone likes to make a big deal out of 1 out of 162, but what is special about opening day, especially for you here in your hometown?
Yeah, I mean, they're limited. You only get so many of these, and you're lucky to get one in your career. I'm heading on number 8, so I'm very fortunate, and don't take any of these things for granted. There's going to be a day that comes when you don't get the opportunity to suit up on opening day anymore, and I'm not looking forward to that, so I'm trying to enjoy it as much as I can while I got it.
I know you mentioned Peter there. What is his presence throughout this season going to mean to you guys, having that PS on the jersey all over?
Yeah, I think wearing that PS on the heart's a constant reminder of, who he was for the city, who he was to his family, and, the guys in this room and the opportunity that he created here for us. So, like I said the other day, it's something that we think about every time we put these jerseys on, and we're going to make sure we do right by him.
Were you here 20 years ago today for opening day?
Yeah, probably. I think those first 3 seasons in Petco was like 04, 5, and 6. I think we had season tickets out in right field. So not good at math off the top of my head, but I feel like I probably was here about 20 years ago. Yeah.
And I see you wearing a San Diego State jersey.
Yeah, very excited for tonight. Yeah, very excited. Hopefully they can shoot the 3 ball the way they did the other day, but Yukon's a tough team, so they're going to need their best. Yeah. It's competitive. I mean, I was talking to somebody about this last night. I think baseball in general has gotten, more competitive. There's used to be, 3-4 teams that you can see, having a real shot at winning a World Series. And now you look around the league and there's, 2-3 teams in each division. So this division has become one of the most competitive in baseball. I think it was talked about that the AL East was one of the most competitive. And I feel like we're up in that realm too with, the firepower that all these teams got, and they keep adding. So
What about this year's team feels different from the very talented team you guys had last?
I think the collection of guys, I think we're a more well-rounded team. I think we got some role players. We got some young talent that's, fiery and brings a little bit more passion to the group. I think the way that our staff has run this thing, especially Shilty from the top down, has, done a really good job of communicating things and, keeping his door open and giving us a chance to go in there and discuss some things. And he's very open about, bring things to me. I think everyone needs to be checked. And if there's things that are going on that you don't like or that, you don't see, fitting into the schedule that how you want it, just come talk to me. It doesn't mean that we're going to have power to go in there and say how things should be done, but he wants an open line of communication. I think that's really important.
And how strange to have Bob Melvin on the other side today.
Yeah, it's cool reunion for him. I know he's probably excited to be back and see San Diego again. We're excited to play against him, but ultimately it's baseball and it's competition, so we're going to give it to him.
All right, that was Fernando Tatis Jr. and Joe Musgrove talking before today's game. Quick update in the Padres and Giants game. We're now headed to the top of the 5th inning. This game is flying by. Xander Bogaerts had a single in the bottom of the 4th, but then Fernando Tatis Jr. grounded into a double play, and then Jake Cronenworth grounded into an out. So we are headed to the 5th inning at Petco Park. Padres currently only have 1 hit. Giants leading that game 1-0. So we'll keep you updated there. Of course, we're at the Blind Burrow downtown across from Petco Park. We're here until 4 p.m. 4 p.m. is when our pregame coverage is going to start for the Aztec Yukon game. And, we've been talking about it all week that this Aztecs team, they have no fear, especially going up against Yukon. You think they're going to be scared to go up against the number 1 overall team in the country? Like, no chance in hell. This team today is going to go into today's game with no fear, and that's exactly the type of mindset that they're going to have. to beat Yukon. Yukon is not. It's not going to be an easy game. Obviously, we know that, but for them to win today, the mindset is going to have to be: we have nothing to lose, we have no fear, and why not us? And so, if they can, bottle that and play one of their best games of the year, coming off of their best game of the year. That's the thing. They literally just played their best game of the season versus Yale. So if the confidence isn't as high as it possibly could be for this Aztec team, I don't know how it could be. What else needs to happen? Because you played the best game of your season versus Yale. Even Brian Dutcher was kind of surprised by it. You could hear in his post-game comments like, usually we're dysfunctional from three, but hey, we made all of our shots today and had our best game of the season. So have that mindset, go into today, and nothing to lose. So we'll see what happens there. All right, coming up here, top of the hour, I think Fletch might join us from in studio. I know he's standing by John. We're going to try to connect with John somehow in Boston. He's getting ready for the Aztecs game right now. He's texting me currently. And he is in Boston getting ready. You know what? It was funny. So today, he sent me a picture, and it's a picture hanging out with an Aztec fan. And I'm like, who is that? And it's Kyle Engelhardt, our old boss here at iHeart. And so Kyle, he went to the game last year in Louisville and they won. So he decided, look, I got to go to this game as well because last year they played the number 1 seed. They won. I was there. They're playing the number 1 seed again this year. So I'm going to that. And hopefully the Aztecs can pull off a win. All right. So going back inside Petco Park, still 1-0 Giants. Top of the 5th inning there. Yu Darvish has pitched well. He's only made a couple mistakes, and it was the double to Nick Ahmed. And other than that, he's been very sharp. Logan Webb, on the other hand, has looked fantastic. I didn't joke, but I said on the wrap-up show last night, dude, Logan Webb has had a god-awful spring. The Padres are going to score off him. And as of right now, they have not even gotten to second base yet. So hopefully that turns around here in the later half innings. But Marty was inside of Petco Park, caught up with some Padres. Brent, let's hear from Manny Machado. Manny Machado on this season. Peter Seidler, this team, his thoughts on this team. Here's Manny Machado earlier today inside Petco Park.
Start a great season off on the right foot with the best fans in the nation.
For some of the younger guys, they've had an opportunity to have opening day, but maybe a little bit different beast doing it in front of the home crowd here.
Yeah, it's definitely different. I mean, obviously we got to experience a different culture, different atmosphere in Korea. But this is that's completely different. So I'm excited to see their faces once they see the packed house that we have here, and hopefully the weather gets better. We'll see the flyover as well. So. It's a special opening day every year in San Diego.
How excited are you to get on the field, get elbows feeling better, you're getting closer, and just looking forward to what this season can offer?
Yeah, just health. Go out there, start off. Not start off because we already started the season off, but continue the season off on the right foot like we've been playing. Continue playing good baseball. And just know that we prepared well all the spring. Even leading up to this game today. So just go out there now, just enjoy ourselves, and go out there and play in front of the best fans in the nation.
Your thoughts on the competition in the National League West this year? It's going to be a pretty good division.
Yeah, I mean it's always been tough. It's always been tough. Obviously, it's a lot more teams now being competitive. With the Giants and Arizona obviously doing what they did last year. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun year. But at the end of the day, it's worrying about 26 guys here that are starting today, and the 40 guys are going to help us throughout the year as well. So just carry on what we've been preaching all spring, and just go out there and play our baseball.
Your thoughts on Peter Seidler and the impact that his legacy will have on this ball club this year?
Yeah, I mean it's huge. I mean Peter obviously changed this organization, changed this city, in many ways. So he always preached about, the baseball gods, shining down on us. And, he's one of those guys now. And he's going to be looking down on us, seeing the tremendous things that we're going to be doing here. We're going to continue his legacy at the highest level and keep preaching what he always preached about this city, which is one of the best cities in the world. So, leaving his legacy at the highest level and leading it in the right way. And, hopefully, doing some special things here.
I see a lot of changes from last year to this year. How do you see this team being different, and how do you feel this clubhouse is different?
Just worrying about us. I think at the end of the day is the guys that break camp today, and the guys are going to come up here and help us win. So as long as we continue doing what we've been pitching all spring, and just keeping that same momentum going into the season, it's going to help us tremendously.
You obviously broke his bigs very young. You helped Toddy out. What have you seen in Jackson Merrill and what he adds to this team as a 20-year-old?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely bringing the energy every single day. So it's been fun. It's been fun, having him around, having Polly around as well. It's a good group of guys who, love playing baseball, love the game, are definitely bringing the energy every single day. So, it's going to be a special year. And I know that.
That was Manny Machado earlier today, talking to the media inside of the clubhouse. He's got to have a good season. Duh. If Manny Machado has a comparable season to the 2022 year, that's a huge key for this team. Last year was not a good year for Manny. He'll be the first one to tell you. At least I hope he's the first one to tell you. Last year was not a good season for Manny Machado. And with the holes on this team, Manny Machado is going to have to play much, much better. Update from inside Petco Park. Giants still lead 1-0. Jung-Hoo Lee, he got picked off at first base by Yu Darvish after recording his first hit of his major league career. So we're already in the fifth inning, guys. We're already in the fifth inning. It's 1-0 Giants. The thing is flying by, and the Padres bats are going to have to get going here in this game. Bottom of the fifth inning. I think they only have one hit on the day, and that was the Xander Bogaerts single right now. That's the only hit of the day for the Padres. Logan Webb has been fantastic for the Giants. Yu Darvish has been really good as well. He's gotten through 5 innings already, but he's given up 5 hits, 1 run. That should be good enough. And this Padres offense, it's got to be better. It's got to be a lot better this season. You can't have games like this where Yu Darvish is going to give you this type of performance and you can't score any runs. So you're going to have to do much better on offense this season. And looking already, it's like, guys, okay, we can't have the same thing that happened last year happen this year. You got to be much better, and we'll see how it goes. Manny Machado leading off the bottom of the fifth inning at Petco Park. Right across the street, we are at the Blind Burrow. We are here till 3 p.m. Come on down. There's drink specials, food specials. The game's on. A bunch of people here having food, having drinks. Also, if you want to win some Wonderfront VIP passes for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, May 10th through the 12th, opportunities to win that with the QR code in front. VIP passes to Wonderfront San Diego on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, May 10th through the 12th. Come on down, scan the QR code, do that as well. All right, let's go back inside Petco Park. Jackson Merrill, he's the last player that Marty caught up with today. So let's hear from Jackson Merrill on his first opening day here in a Padres uniform.
What's it like to have a home opener now?
I'm excited to play in front of everybody here, kind of introduce myself in a good way and set the tone early for the season. I want to come out and I want to win game 1 at Petco. It's the main goal.
Expecting a different energy out here with the pack house?
Yeah, I'm excited. I've played in something like this, but never in front of a home crowd, So this is going to be a very cool experience, very cool for my family to be here and see what's going on. But yeah, I'm excited for it.
You just mentioned it. What's it going to be like to have your family in the crowd for the first time, seeing you wearing a major league uniform?
That would be pretty cool. I know they're really excited. They've been talking about it the whole time they've been here. But no, I just go and take it as a normal game. Same thing as when I was 8 years old. Now they just watch me play, watch me have fun.
You're just the third center fielder under the age of 21 to start on an opening day with Ken Griffey Jr. and Andrew Jones. You think about the company you join and what's that mean to you?
Yeah, it's a pretty cool honor to be in that elite group. But they're them and not me. I'm a different person than them. I'm in a different team than them, different situation than them. So I kind of just think of it as cool to be myself and cool to come and be my center fielder, you know. Not try and be Ken Griffey or be Andrew Jones in any way, just play Jackson Merrill.
How do you have a balance between trying to soak this in and enjoy it, but also staying focused?
I mean, I come to the field every day, have fun, put a smile on my face, you know. I don't really come to the field and be down or be too locked in or too focused. You know, I come in, I have fun and do my work and do the best I can to prepare, knowing that when I go into the game, I've done everything I possibly can to succeed and help the team win.
Jackson, how cool is this, man? Last year I talked to you, you were taking grounders as short. Now you're starting the opening day in center field. How cool is this for you, bro?
I mean, it's pretty cool. It's pretty different. You know, I didn't expect to kind of start in center field for my major league career, but, you know, stuff happens for a reason. You know, I'm not complaining, not against it, so I'm excited.
Confidence is a big part of your game. Was there any doubt? Was there any doubt that you were going to be? I know confidence is a big part of your game. Was there any doubt that you were going to be here at this point when you were given the opportunity early in spring training?
I mean, I don't think doubt was ever in question. I just don't think that anybody was like fully in. You know, I proved it to them that I was able to handle the position, handle the competition up here, and you know, I went out and I did it. You know, I don't think there was any doubt though. I don't think there was any full lock in or full doubt, but there was kind of that limbo zone. You know, and I kind of proved to them that I'm ready.
What's the best advice you've gotten from any of your teammates at this point?
Just be yourself. You know, I feel like GP and I here, we come to the field every day and we just be ourselves, you know, as the young guys. And I feel like that's important to kind of bring the young guy culture into the clubhouse. You know, they haven't really had that lately. It's been a lot of vets and a lot of like sign guys. So it's cool to see like two young guys come into the clubhouse and be themselves and do everything they possibly can to change the culture.
Jackson, you have the opportunity to play center field in the exhibition games here, get a taste of it. How helpful will that be now getting into a real game out there?
Yeah, I'd say getting the view and getting like the positioning right. And talk to Scan a little bit about being a little shallow, you know, but that's kind of how I like to play. But just figuring out the field, figuring out the wall, the warning track, everything, it was pretty helpful during those two games.
All right, that was Jackson Merrill inside of Petco Park. Update, Padres have just tied up the game with Giants. It is now 1-1 in the bottom of the fifth inning. 2 on, no out, and I'm hearing more cheering, so something's going on in Petco Park. A little behind on the TV here, but again, it's 1-1 for me right now. It's to be determined on what the score is going to be in a couple of seconds here, because I'm hearing loud cheers from Petco Park, loud cheers. Finally, the Padres scored some freaking runs. Jurickson Profar with an RBI single. Jurickson Profar for team MVP. So, all right. Okay, so I got the bases loaded, no outs. We'll give an update on what's going on down in Petco Park. I'm at the Blind Burrow until 4 p.m. Padres, Giants. Later today, Aztecs take on Yukon in the Sweet 16 game to head to the Elite Eight. More up coming right here on Jon and Jim.
We're kicking off the weekend with the people. Tomorrow afternoon, it's time to get ready for all the action. The Sweet 16 continues. Plus, the opening series rolls on against the Giants at Petco. Broadcasting live from the Naughty Barrel. It's the Darren Smith Show from 12 to 3. Then Jon and Jim come on at 3, leading you right up to Westwood One's continuing coverage of the Sweet 16. Right here. San Diego Sports. 760. America's finest sports station.
Hey, it's Fletch for Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 3 million active members. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use promo code Fletch and get a first deposit match up to $100. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn $10 into $1,000 on pro basketball, hockey, and college basketball entries today. Whether it's tournament season or the fight for the playoff home court, there's no shortage of high-stakes basketball moments this time of year. Get in on the excitement with Prize Picks and turn your latest hoops knowledge into serious cash. Prize Picks has something for every sports fan, from basketball and hockey to League of Legends and darts and everything in between. You can pick LeBron, Caitlin Clark, Connor McDavid, Jude Bellingham, all in the same entry. Prize Picks also offering weekly promotions and special offers for the biggest moments in sports. I love Taco Tuesday and Flex Friday. Find out what you love on Prize Picks. Download the app today. Use code Fletch for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code Fletch on Prize Picks for a first deposit match up to $100.
Hey guys, did you know that half of men over age 50 have erectile dysfunction on some level? Whether you have mild, moderate, or severe ED, West Coast Men's Health can help. We don't prescribe pills and hope they work. Instead, we treat the root cause of the problem with acoustic wave therapy, which breaks down plaque, unclogs arteries, and restores blood flow. We have treated thousands of men across our 11 locations nationwide and have established ourselves as a leader in the industry. So whether you have ED, Peyronie's disease, or suffer from chronic pain, such as neuropathy, carpal tunnel, or Dupuytren's contracture, West Coast Men's Health can help. No pills, no shots, no surgery, just results.
With clinics in Mission Valley and Carlsbad, call West Coast Men's Health at 619-268-5959. That's 619-268-5959. 619-268-5959. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
3 bands, 1 stadium.
Don't stop believing.
Journey, Def Leppard. The Steve Miller Band. 3 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame icons. Their biggest hits. Together. Friday, August 30th, Petco Park. Tickets on sale now at DefLeppardJourney2024.com.
Sombrero, now featuring our Baja tacos, fish, crispy calamari, or grilled shrimp. And now, $2 off on Taco Tuesday. Cruise in and get hooked today.
Sombrero Mexican food.
We cater too.
Hey, it's Rich. Dr. Colby at Ocean View Dental has changed the way I look at dentists. I no longer set dentist appointments. I have visits with my dentist. A great family man and an amazing family practice. Check him out at oceanviewdental.net.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations like Freeform Radio. Search Freeform Radio and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Life's a constant swirl of shopping. Groceries, clothes, gifts, the occasional self-care splurge. You know how it is. That's why you should get the Drop app. With Drop, you earn points for shopping and turn those points into gift cards. Last year, I scored $150 in gift cards alone. Make sure to use code DROP23 when you sign up and get $5 in Drop points. That's DROP23. Get rewarded for shopping and download Drop now for free on the App Store or Google Play.
Catch all the tournament games in March at Dave & Buster's. Locations in Mission Valley and Carlsbad.
This report is sponsored by Caltrans Clean California.
San Diego sports traffic.
Slow down the coastline at South 5, Las Pulgas to the 78 in Oceanside. North 5, stop and go from the 56 to Loma Santa Fe. North 15 slows you down Center City Parkway North to the 78 in Escondido due to that lane closure. Mark Zegan, San Diego traffic.
Would you like your community to be recognized as a beautiful and clean place to live? Help the place you love become a designated Clean California community. Take the pledge today at cleanca.com. 0 litter is the goal.
Did you know OG's has launched a loyalty program so you can now eat pizza, drink beer, and earn rewards while visiting your favorite OG's location. All you have to do to sign up is visit OG's.com. Then as you come into OG's, you will see your points rise. You can earn a free large cheese pizza, be sent a nice birthday surprise, and you even might get some free OG sticks rewarded to you just for being awesome. Go to OG's.com to get started today. OG's, your go-to for sports, hot pizza, tasty wings, and award-winning craft brew.
Hey,
Hey, baseball fans, did you know that Fubo has the most MLB games you can get without cable? That's right. Only Fubo has the broadcast networks and regional networks you need to watch your home team all year long. Out of market? Don't worry. Fubo has MLB TV too. Watch on all your devices, at home and on the go. Baseball season is finally here. Get Fubo today. Start streaming FuboTV.com. That's FUBOTV.com.
North County Cadillac GMC.
Want a great deal on a new truck? Look no further than North County Cadillac GMC. Get a whopping $10,500 off a 2024 GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation 4x4 Crew Cab. Only at North County Cadillac GMC, exceeding your expectations every time. We are professional grade. $4,000 dealer discount plus $6,500 rebate equals $10,500 off. Excludes tax, registration, and fees. One available. Stock number 7240226. See dealer for details. Expires 3/31/24.
Whiskey Girl, San Diego's basketball home for March. Go to whiskeygirl.com for details.
San Diego Sports now.
All right, this update is brought to you by Staples Stores. Update inside of Petco Park. Padres have taken the lead and now lead 2-1 thanks to a Jerkson Profar RBI single. Top of the sixth inning there. Yu Darvish still on the mound for the Padres. And tonight, Aztecs, Yukon, rematch of the national championship game. 4 p.m. is when our pregame coverage officially starts. 4:39 tip-off time in Boston. Of course, you can listen to that game right here on San Diego Sports 760. This update has been brought to you by Staples.
We're back to the blind burrow getting set for opening day from Petco versus the Giants.
You know, the two frontline guys, and Joe and you, mixed with Cease and now King is throwing the ball really well. We feel really strong about our rotation.
Plus the Aztecs versus Yukon in the Sweet 16. Now back to Jon and Jim.
All right, Jon and Jim at the blind burrow outside of Petco Park. Padres and Giants. Opening day here in San Diego. We're in the top of the sixth inning. Padres lead the Giants 2-1 thanks to a Jerkson Profar RBI single. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Luis Campusano then hit a single to load the bases. Tyler Wade, he grounded out to first base. There was kind of a discussion of, like, Tyler Wade, did he get tagged or not? He did not get tagged when he was running down to first base, but he ran outside of the first base line, so he was called out there. So Tyler Wade also driving in another run. And the Padres lead 2-1. Yu Darvish has pitched really well, but this is kind of what this Padres team could not do last year is get runs across the board when they had runners in scoring position. Shocker, this team sucked with runners in scoring position. And so far this year, today, they're 2 for 5. It's not like a good 2 for 5, but at least they got the job done and they got a couple runs home and they lead 2-1. They should have gotten more runs. They should have, I mean, they had the bases loaded there with no outs and you only scored 2 runs. Not really great. You know, you have to make those hurt and it didn't hurt. You know, Logan Webb is still going to be in this game. He's kind of been he was on the ropes there in the 5th inning and you couldn't make it hurt to a point where you get the Giants bullpen up and going. So, at least the good news is you have the lead. The bad news is it should have been better. You should have scored more runs there with the bases loaded, and you didn't. So that's the good news. They lead 2-1. Bad news is they had an opportunity to make it much worse, and they could not make it happen. John's going to connect with us and be with us at the top of the hour from Boston, theoretically. We'll see how that goes. But John will be joining us from Boston. Aztecs, they get Yukon tonight in the Sweet 16 game. First game in Boston, rematch of last year's national championship game. And, you know, just the overall vibe of today downtown, just walking around, just Padres fans everywhere, but also Aztecs fans everywhere. You know, it's a Padres and Aztecs town. I see a lot of people with Aztecs gear on. It's going to be cool once this game ends, the Padres game, which it will definitely end before the Aztec game. They're going to keep Gallagher Square open, the new Gallagher Square. I walked by that today, guys. Fantastic. It is fantastic. Gallagher Square, I mean, they did an incredible job with that place. If there's one thing that you have to see when you come downtown now and go to a Padres game, it's 100% the new Gallagher Square. It's amazing. So check that out. Yu Darvish, he has been taken out of this game. He walked the first batter of the inning. So he goes 5+, giving up 1 run, 5 hits. I would say overall, Yu Darvish, solid day. Solid day for Yu Darvish. How many pitches did he throw? Let's check it out here. 78
around
pitches.
76.
Okay, so 75+, like that's what Yu Darvish was going to be set at today, and I think that he gave you exactly what you needed out of him. You just need a little bit more out of your offense, but at least the good news is that Yu Darvish only gave up 1 run, and so far you give him an opportunity to get the win. So Yu Darvish out of this game right now. Tom Cosgrove coming in for the Padres. John's going to join us at the top of the hour, and as I was saying, walking around downtown, the vibe of downtown, it's fantastic. You have the Padres game on right now. Once this game ends, Gallagher Square is going to be open to watch the Aztec game. Food and beverages, beers, will be available to purchase. So that's going to be fantastic there. But if the Padres win this game, you have an opportunity for the Aztecs to do something, just make today one of the best days sports-wise in San Diego history. To pull off the upset of Yukon. Dude, guys, it's there. It's there for the taking. So I can't wait. I'm excited for that game. I don't know if I'm going to stay downtown to watch it or if I'm going to go back home to watch it. I might stay at the Blind Burro, have some food and watch the first half and then go home. But we'll see how that goes. I know the floodgates are going to open. Once the game ends for the Padres, all of 7th Street is going to be packed with people. It is going to be 40,000 strong, just unleashing on downtown San Diego right as the Aztec game will tip off. So it's going to be a fun time. I'll be down here. I'm at the Blind Burro at the corner of 7th and J. If you want to come down, we have a bunch of people here right now drinking, looks like some margaritas or some Mai Tais, I don't know, and they're having some quesadillas. Some nachos are on the tables right now. The Padres game's on at the bar here at the Blind Burro. We're also giving away Wonderfront tickets. We have a QR code. Scan the QR code, and you're eligible to win VIP passes to Wonderfront from Friday to Sunday, all 3 days. Sign me up right now. We are giving away VIP passes for that. So if you're making your way down to Petco Park to watch the Aztec game at Gallagher Square, or if you're hanging around downtown and you couldn't get into Petco Park because it's sold out, then come on down and have your chance to win Wonderfront tickets Friday, May 10th, Sunday, May 11th, and Saturday, May 11th, and Sunday, May 12th. All right, coming up next, we are going to dive more into this Aztec game against Yukon tonight. We'll give you more updates on this Padres and Giants game. It's in the top of the 6th inning right now. Padres lead the Giants 2-1 there. All right, coming up next, Aztecs, Yukon, how they can pull the upset. We'll talk about that coming up next on Jon and Jim.
We're kicking off the weekend with the people. Tomorrow afternoon, it's time to get ready for all the action. The Sweet 16 continues. Plus, the opening series rolls on against the Giants at Petco. Broadcasting live from the Naughty Barrel. It's the Darren Smith Show from 12 to 3. Then Jon and Jim come on at 3, leading you right up to Westwood One's continuing coverage of the Sweet 16. Right here. San Diego Sports. 760. America's finest sports station.
The tournament is here. BetOnline is your bracket headquarters for this season with the best bracket contest out there and odds, lines, and info on every game and every round right up until the national championship. You can access the most up-to-the-minute wagering information anytime from your desktop or your mobile device and even track your bracket real-time all the way through the tournament. Head to BetOnline today to stay updated on all the action. BetOnline, the game starts here.
At the Golf Mart by Worldwide Golf, there's something that binds us all. The collective goal to transcend the ordinary. Introducing the all-new Ping G730 and I-530 irons. The G730 irons are Ping's longest and most forgiving irons, while the I-530s fit golfers who want more distance in a player's design and are engineered for higher launch and more. Visit us in store at the Golf Mart or online at worldwidegolf.com. Get there.
Have you been wanting to find the secret to losing weight and getting healthy the natural way without drugs or injections? At SDFatLoss.com, we know the secret to losing a half a pound to a pound of fat every day naturally, safely, and effectively without counting points or calories. No exercising, no prepackaged meals, no hormones, no injections, no drugs or surgery. Go to SDFatLoss.com now.
Hey, it's Travis, and this is exactly what I love about SDFatLoss.com. They showed me the correct way to lose weight, showed me how I'm supposed to eat and what works best to drop pounds fast, and then what I need to do to continue to keep the weight off. I've tried the fads. They haven't worked. With SDFatLoss.com, I am down 28 pounds in just over a month. It's incredible.
Many clients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. That's up to a pound per day. For your free private phone consultation, call 858-665-3211 or go to SDFatLoss.com. Our staff will walk you through our entire program, talk about your health goals, and see if it's a good fit for you. Go to SDFatLoss.com now. Results may vary.
We're recording this Progressive commercial on a real boat to let people know that when you bundle your home, boat, and other vehicles...
What was that, Flo?
Progressive saves you money, Jamie.
Why are we doing this on a boat?
We were going for authenticity.
We're going to the city?
Authenticity.
You mean Atlantic City? But we're not in the Atlantic. Are we?
Bundle your home and other vehicles with Progressive. Insurance company affiliates and other insurers. Available in all states or situations.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Life's a constant swirl of shopping. Groceries, clothes, gifts, the occasional self-care splurge. You know how it is. That's why you should get the Drop app. With Drop, you earn points for shopping and turn those points into gift cards. Last year, I scored $150 in gift cards alone. Make sure to use code DROP23 when you sign up and get $5 in Drop points. That's DROP23. Get rewarded for shopping and download Drop now for free on the App Store or Google Play.
This report is sponsored by Caltrans Clean California.
San Diego sports traffic.
Slow down the coastline at South 5, Las Pulgas to the 78 in Oceanside. North 5, stop and go from the 56 to Loma Santa Fe. North 15 slows you down Center City Parkway North to the 78 in Escondido due to that lane closure. Park Zegan, San Diego traffic.
Would you like your community to be recognized as a beautiful and clean place to live? Help the place you love become a designated Clean California community. Take the pledge today at cleanca.com. 0 litter is the goal.
Curb your appetite and support gut health with Almond RX. Visit almondrx.com. Imagine waking up this time next week and being 100% debt-free. No credit cards, no car loan, no personal loan. Hey guys, it's Schaefer. Loan Pronto's Equity Express line of credit can make it happen. Homeowners are turning their home equity into cash almost instantly with Loan Pronto's AI-based system. You can get approval in about 10 minutes with almost no documentation, no appraisal, and no hassle. You can get hundreds of thousands of dollars out of your home. Use that money to pay off all your other loans. The average homeowner saves over $850 a month doing this. Listen, your home value is way up. You can use that to wipe out all those credit cards. Get some money for a home improvement. Literally hundreds of thousands are at your fingertips, and approval is just minutes away. Call now, 619-207-4336, 619-207-4336, or loanpronto.com. That's 619-207-4336. NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, equal housing lender.
Highlight film and hard hits with the San Diego Strike Force. Red Zone offensive from end to end and start to finish. Come check out the 2024 season action and get your gridiron fix today. Tickets at ststrikeforce.com.
Hey, it's Rich, craving that beach vibe? There's an Islands restaurant near you with all your favorites, like the Big Wave, served with Islands' famous seasoned fries, the Shorebird, Yaki tacos, and how about those drinks? Islands Tropical Mai Tai, spicy margaritas, and the coldest beer in town. Islands Happy Hours weekdays from 3 to 6:30, featuring more Islands favorites, like the cheesiest cheddar fries, nacho and Bavarian pretzel bites with Islands Sunny Blonde Ale beer cheese. Woo! It's time to visit your local paradise, Islands Fine Burgers and Drinks.
Listen to San Diego Sports 760 on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, sports, talk, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. We're back to the blind burrow getting set for opening day from Petco versus the Giants.
You know, the two frontline guys, and Joe and you, mixed with Cease and how King is dribbling the ball really well. We feel really strong about our rotation.
Plus the Aztecs versus Yukon in the Sweet 16. Now, back to Jon and Jim.
All right, Jon and Jim from the Blind Burrow, except it's just Jim. Jon is in Boston, but he will be joining us at the top of the hour from the court side of the TD Bank in Boston there, getting ready for the Aztecs and Yukon. Update in the Padres game. It's 2-1 Padres in the bottom of the sixth inning there, and we'll keep an eye on that. But Fletch is back in studio, broken leg and all. What's up? Getting ready for the Aztec game. It's a little wonky here, and I think we have Fletch. Fletch, are you there?
I'm here, man.
Okay, perfect. There we go. The power of technology. I can hear you. So tonight, Fletch, I said that this team tonight is going to have to not only start out like they have the first two games versus Yukon, but their mindset, I feel good about their mindset going into this game, knowing they faced them last year. They played their best game of the season against Yale. Like, nothing to lose, right? Like, this is a perfect it's a great scenario for the Aztecs because of all the pressures on Yukon. For them, the Aztecs, they have literally nothing to lose here.
Well, you just said it, and Darion Trammell said those exact words yesterday or the day before in a column with Bryce Miller in the UT. So that's kind of the feeling they have going in here too. Look, everybody in the country can believe that San Diego State's going to lose today. And hell, it might happen. Yukon is a juggernaut. They're a buzzsaw. They have been all season. But the fact remains that San Diego State players don't think they're going to lose today. And that's dangerous. If you get an underdog and they're backed in a corner and it's a team that is as skilled and as experienced as San Diego State is, I don't see this as a 9 out of 10 times Yukon wins this game. I truly don't. I see it as more close to a 6-4 type deal. Because when I look at this Aztecs team, if they can play their absolute best, and if they play defense the way they've played all year and keep this game in the 60s and not necessarily the 70s or the 80s, this is absolutely a winnable game for San Diego State. Just what they need to do is make it as ugly as possible and really muck it up, a la the Justin Hudson San Diego State game a year ago in Fresno, where that game finished in the 40s. It doesn't need to be that ugly, but if San Diego State can get Yukon really off their style and they're just way that they go win games by 16, 17 points frequently, if you can make this close, it's anyone's ball game in the second half.
Yeah, and the one thing that this team's going to have to do today, Fletch, is they have to replicate their good starts like they had versus UAB and Yale. I feel like you go down early, like if the first media timeout, they're down like 15-5, you're just going to be doing an uphill battle the entire game. And you could keep it close, but you don't want to have to exert so much energy, this uphill battle, if you go down early in the game. So that's why I feel like today, getting out to a fast start, I'm not saying like they have to be up 15-5 themselves going into the first media timeout, but, throw a couple punches here and there, right? Like make Yukon feel you. Make Yukon be like, oh, okay, we're not going to just walk all over these guys like we have every other team pretty much this entire season. And for this team to win today, like you're right, they're going to have to muck it up. They're going to have to play Aztec basketball. And if they do that and Jalen Ledee has a good game and they shoot the ball relatively well, like they're going to have a chance. I don't feel like it's going to be this big blowout that people might expect it's going to be. I do feel like it's going to be a close game. And it's a matter of when it's a close game, can the Aztecs make the little plays to make sure that Yukon doesn't pull away? Or are they going to not get that rebound, not get that, make that basket, right? Are they going to do the things that have cost them games earlier this year? Or are they going to do what they've done the last two games versus Yale and UAB and play really good basketball?
So Las Vegas has this game. I've seen it at 12. I've seen it at 11.5. I've seen it at 10.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10.5 was yesterday. It jumped to 11. Whatever. It's been going around. All of the public money, by the way, has come in on Yukon in this one. Very few dollars have been spent on San Diego State. But then you look at KenPom. And when I look at KenPom, who is literally just numbers, it's John's favorite website on the planet.
Favorite.
But when you look at KenPom, it's expected to be a Yukon 8-point win. So, I mean, I just don't, the numbers aren't really lining up for what the public is seeing here. And what I see here, it definitely doesn't line up. Having San Diego State as a double-digit underdog in this game, just because of the sheer way that they play defense, does not make sense to me. And you can tell me and you can convince me that San Diego State's going to lose, and I can buy that. Yukon's great. But I was asked yesterday to make the case for how San Diego State wins this game. And it was pretty easy to me. And I actually convinced myself that the Aztecs are going to go out and do it. And the way they have to do it is the way that Yukon has lost this year. They have 3 losses. In each of the 3 losses, they've scored under 70 points. If San Diego State is able to hold them under 70 and make this a game where in the last few minutes of the game, it's going to be the race to 70, I think San Diego State wins. I really do. And it's going to be based on the guard play of Lamont Butler and Darion Trammell, because you're kind of just going to have to expect Jaden to get his 20 and 10, right? And then it's going to be, where does the scoring from? So I think it has to be one person off the bench, either a Reese Waters or Elijah Saunders. And I think Darion Trammell and Lamont Butler have to continue to play the great basketball they've been playing for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's going to take one of those guys to step up and have a really good game. It can't just be Jaden today. It has to be multiple guys. You would love to have a Darion Trammell Alabama performance today, right? From somebody, because last year, Fletch, like you saw, Darion Trammell was the best player on the floor last year against Alabama.
Yeah, last year there was NBA lottery picks all over the court on Alabama's side, and Darion Trammell, who stands a foot shorter than most of them, was the best player on the basketball court, was the MVP of the round, and was the leading scorer in that game, 21 points over Alabama.
Yeah, so I'm not saying that you need to have Darion Trammell be the best player on the floor today, but you're going to need a similar performance like Darion had last year from one of the players that you mentioned, right? The Lamonts, the Darions, the Reese Waters, the Micah Parishes, along with Jaden LeDee being that All-American player that he is. If Jaden does not have a big game, I mean, it's hard to envision this team winning today if Jaden LeDee doesn't have, 25-plus points?
Yeah, he's got to go. He's got to just be his normal self, which is somewhere around 20, 26 points, somewhere in there, with 8 to 12 rebounds, somewhere in there, and then make a few big plays defensively and stay out of foul trouble. I don't really think this game hinges on Jaden LeDee. I expect it out of Jaden LeDee. This game hinges on how San Diego State's able to play defense on the guards of Yukon, which is their biggest strength, and it hinges on how San Diego State's guards shoot the basketball. Dutch said this 3 weeks ago. If they make threes, they can beat anybody in the country. That's proven to be true. But if San Diego State doesn't make threes, they can lose to anybody in the country. So I'm not saying it has to be a repeat performance, 13 of 27 from three-point land, but it's got to be far better than what it has been this year.
Yeah, and watching the game, the national championship game back from last year, the one thing that does kind of scare me when I think about Jaden LeDee in this matchup is that once Klingon for Yukon went in the game, he played Jaden very well. Jaden, now it's maybe Jaden has become such a far superior player than he was last year, and it won't matter. But the matchup that was Klingon versus LeDee last season in the national title game did not favor Jaden. So that is something that I'm a little concerned about. But I just think that Jaden has taken his game to another level. So I'm expecting him to overcome whatever matchup problem Klingon might, present to Jaden LeDee today. But that does scare me just a little bit. I don't think Jaden's going to go out there and just dominate like he has against Yale and UAB. I mean, he definitely surely has the capability. It's going to be much harder today versus Klingon for sure.
You know what's wild about Jaden LeDee is Klingon, he's 7'2". Like, he's a matchup problem for everybody he faces across the country. But what's wild about Jaden LeDee is I'm still pretty sure UConn's going to double team him. And so
probably.
That's just kind of the case of being Jaden LeDee and being the All-American and having the season that he's had and being as strong as he is and able to get to the line as much, is somebody is going to be open because of the presence that Jaden LeDee is. So it is up to Jaden LeDee, if they do double him initially, to be able to find guys, and those guys have to be able to shoot the ball. Like, it's going to be a lot of pressure based on these guards for San Diego State, and that is what the game hinges on today.
Yeah. All right. Update from Petco Park. Padres still lead the Giants 2-1, heading to the top of the 7th inning there. Fletch, thanks for hopping on, man. Coming up next, we have John going to join us live from Boston. Courtside there in Boston. We'll get his thoughts on the day today with the Padres and get you ready and set for Aztecs, Yukon, the Sweet 16, a chance to head to the Elite 8 coming up today at 4:39. You're listening to San Diego Sports 760.
Join us for our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Awards, live from the Dolby Theater in Hollywood.
Monday, April 1st. Watch on Fox starting at 8 p.m. and listen on the free iHeartRadio app.
Tesla Last is a proud partner of the iHeartRadio Music Awards, a celebration of artists and the fans who got them there. The fans who make the music truly come alive through their energy and positive vibes. To the fans that make live music possible, we salute you.
It's Fletch for primetimes.golf. Grow your business by playing more golf. Primetimes.golf. It's a relationship acceleration platform that uses golf as the accelerant in 3 ways: prospecting golf, team golf, and networking golf. Find out more at www.primetimes.golf.
Join the Darren Smith Show and Jon Jim live from Naughty Barrel in East Village this Friday starting at noon with 100 beers on tap. Texas-style barbecue every weekend at the largest outdoor patio in East Village. Free game at Naughty Barrel, East Village.
Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons in a limited engagement for the last Encores tour.
Yeah.
April 4th, 5th, and 6th at the Westgate Resort and Casino. Tickets are on sale now at westgatelasvegas.com. Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, April 4th, 5th, and 6th at the Westgate Resort and Casino. More shows coming in October from Danny Zalisco Presents.
What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to speak?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 10 minutes a day.
10 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun.
Fun isn't hard.
Right. Babbel's interactive lessons, podcasts, games, and more make languages fun and engaging. You might even forget you're learning. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life. Babbel teaches language skills you'll actually use. About travel, business, relationships, and more. You'll learn what matters most to you. Plus, Babbel's lessons are designed to get you having real conversations in as little as 3 weeks.
Just 3 weeks? Even better.
Since Babbel's lessons are voiced by real native speakers, you'll get pronunciation just right and be able to carry on conversations with confidence.
Learning a language with Babbel doesn't take long.
And with Babbel, it isn't hard.
It's perfect.
Get Babbel. It starts here. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/radio. Through HIMS, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at HIMS, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/radio and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. hims.com/radio.
The Metropolitan Water District of Southern California has rebates for WaterWise devices like smart sprinkler controllers and tips to reduce water use everywhere at home. Visit bewaterwise.com. That's bewaterwise.com.
The good folks at Wendy's have a revolutionary new product for you. Introducing the new Orange Dreamsicle Frosty. It's like a time machine that takes you all the way back to now, the year 2024. It's the classic creamy, orangey flavor you remember. Dare I say, it's new-timey. It's the flavor you grew up with, just all grown up. Head over to your local Wendy's establishment and get yours while supplies last. The new Orange Dreamsicle Frosty. Here for the now, for now.
Limited time only at participating Wendy's.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by San Diego Rescue Mission.
Prior to today's Petco Park opener against the Giants, the Padres option pitcher Adrian Morejon to AAA El Paso. SDSU hits the hardwood for their title game rematch versus Yukon today. Iowa women's basketball star Caitlin Clark was invited by USA Basketball to participate in the training camp April 5th in Ohio.
I'm at 100%, yeah. Yeah, sure.
South Africa.
Easter is the season of hope. Please help the San Diego Rescue Mission bring hope to hungry and homeless neighbors this Easter. Just $2.72 provides one
That's
Easter
good, yeah.
hungry meal. Donate now at sdrescue.org. The Rescue Mission is where hunger ends and hope begins.
Back up. I have an extension.
Inside F1 podcast, we established unequivocally that F1 is the pinnacle of motorsports.
We did, but honestly, I was left with more questions than answers, Tony.
I'm Tony Karen Brown, a tech, culture, and F1 commentator.
And I'm Michael Costa, comedian from The Daily Show.
Join us for season 2 of Choosing Sides F1 and get all of the answers.
All of them?
All of them.
Listen to Choosing Sides F1 on the iHeartRadio app,
Or wherever you get your podcasts.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
KTV and KTV FM HD2 San Diego. San Diego Sports. 760. America's finest sports station.
All right, this update is brought to you by Staples Stores. Update inside of Petco Park. Padres still lead the Giants 2-1, but the Giants are threatening in the top of the 7th inning, 2 on, with only 1 out there. And the Aztecs, they take on Yukon in their Sweet 16 game later tonight. Rematch of last year's national championship game, 4 p.m. tip-off, or 4 p.m. pregame, 4:39 tip-off in Boston. Of course, you can listen to that game right here on San Diego Sports 760. This update has been brought to you by Staples.
Opening day at Petco versus the San Francisco Giants. Plus, the Sweet 16 begins as the Aztecs face Yukon in a rematch of last year's title game. Yeah, this ain't a normal Thursday. You just blew my mind. We have to be with the people and feel the energy live. Start talking and talk fast. Now from the Blind Burrow, it's Jon and Jim.
All right, Jon and Jim outside the Blind Burrow. Update now. I know I said it just was 2-1 Padres, but the Giants just scored to tie this game up at
John's
2 games
fault.
apiece. It is all John's fault. Runners at first and third with only 1 out. Johnny Brito was the guy that gave it up. Jon, it's all your fault that the game is now tied, that you join us from Boston. What the hell, man?
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to take responsibility for it. I'm going to blame the fact that you've been doing a show solo on like a headset as the reason why this happened.
You mean a show solo on my Apple AirPods?
Yeah,
outside
exactly.
of the Blind Burrow with everybody inside Petco Park.
Right. Yeah.
Right,
That's what I'm blaming. That's what I'm blaming for this one.
This is what Steve Jobs envisioned the whole time.
Hey, I tell you what, to take you behind the scenes here, to actually get us on the air today, Jon, from downtown Blind Burrow, kind of is a miracle. And so, yes, we should thank Steve Jobs for sure.
Well, let me ask you, here's a serious question. Now, I know we're at Blind Burrow, which is an amazing spot.
Yeah.
But with technical issues, was there any, thought of just going to the studio?
Oh, there was 100% thought of going to the studio. But the problem is, we have an obligation to be here until a certain time, and there was nobody here.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's why. Okay.
And so I could do it from my computer. And shout out to the Wi-Fi gods, but
yes,
we got to go. We got it going, and we're on StreamYard. We're on the radio. It might not sound the greatest, but hey, we're on. So we got it going. Good to go.
Does it sound that good normally?
No, not really. Not really. Does not sound that good normally, but it's okay. Have you been watching any of this game today, Jon?
By the way, on YouTube.
What?
I said update the score on YouTube.
I did. You moron. I have so many things happening. I can't. Just shut up, dude.
Okay.
But have you watched any of this game today? Have you been watching this game?
I have the whole thing. I have it pulled up right now. I've watched the whole game on my phone. The entire game. Darvish obviously was very good.
Yeah.
I felt as if maybe the Padres had a chance or two more when they scored their 2 runs. Obviously, they just left Tatis there at third. So, it's been a well-pitched game. It seems like, and again, I've just been watching my phone. It seems like maybe they've had a chance for another run or so. But I would say a good game and a low-scoring game, which is what I would have expected for an opener at Petco Park.
Yeah, and I like how I also jinxed. I said Logan Webb's going to get hit today.
Yeah,
didn't get hit.
Terrible spring. I'm like, it is the spring though.
He was god awful in spring, and I'm expecting him to come out and give up at least 5 runs today, and he was pretty much almost lights out. Besides the 5th inning, where it could have been worse, but he got out of bases loaded, no outs, only giving up 2 runs. So. Of course, I'm an idiot. Logan Webb looked fantastic today. And now we're tied up in the Padres. So it's now going to be a bullpen game. for the Padres, and we'll see how their new look bullpen fares. I believe Yuki Matsui is in the game right now, but anyway, 2-2, top of the 7th inning there. How's Boston? How's the vibe in Boston?
Boston is. I mean,
did you get your chowder?
I did. I had chowder. I was actually heading out yesterday for chowder, and then I ran into some people in the traveling party, and they're like, "We have free chowder at our hotel." I'm like, "Excuse me, what is free chowder?"
What?
But they have Boston hotels have like chowder passes.
Huh?
So they had like a chowder pass at the Hyatt Regency that I then redeemed for clam chowder. Like they take their clam chowder very seriously here.
Yeah.
That like you can get like. Yeah. So anyway, I've had clam chowder twice. It's been very good. It's rained the entire time, which is of no surprise. I grew up in the Northeast. This should not surprise anyone.
Well, it's nice and sunny here, so you're all good.
I know it's going to be rainy, I know over the weekend. So Boston's great. I mean, Boston is a really good pro sports town, in my opinion, having grown up again in the East. College is a little different. I mean, they have a lot of colleges in Boston, obviously, but there's no like dominant Division I player necessarily. Boston College back in the day, maybe. But obviously, UConn's got their following, and we're not far from Storrs, Connecticut, and their fans are very passionate. And it's going to be a pro Yukon crowd. There's no question about that. I've seen a ton of Aztec people as well over the last 24 hours. I'm sure the Iowa State and Illinois fans will be pulling for San Diego State. But this building's spectacular. I mean, this is a gorgeous building. It's about 30 years old, but I mean, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful building. You look up and you see all the 17 banners for the Celtics. You see all the banners for the Bruins. It's a spectacular building.
So the Giants just scored another run, and they lead 3-2 as we head to the bottom.
I was talking to you. How'd that happen?
Jung-Hoo Lee, sacrifice fly, center field. And then the runner on second, I don't know who it was, got caught in a rundown, but the run already scored. So Giants lead now 3-2 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Actually, we're in the 7th inning stretch right now, John. I can hear the 7th inning stretch being sung right now. So.
Okay. Well, listen, I mean, this isn't, I will say this, and we'll talk, obviously, Aztecs, we'll talk Padres. I will say this, that this is an area, specifically the Padres really struggled in a year ago. This isn't some huge deficit. You still have 3 innings to work with, and you're at home. Good teams should overcome one-run deficits here and there, specifically at home. So it's an opportunity in a one-run game where they were really bad a year ago, in close games when trailing late, where they were really bad a year ago. It would be a nice day to overcome a late deficit that isn't 5 runs. It's a 1-run deficit. You're at home. It's a nice day. You have 3 innings. That would be a nice start. You've dealt with a little bit of adversity. Can you come back and find a way to win this game? That's what I would say.
And it's another 1-run game, which they were horrible in last year. It's kind of ironic how Bob Melvin, if either of these teams win by a run, is going to be involved either in a 1-run loss or a 1-run win potentially. And we all know what happened last year with Bob Melvin. Did you hear that he got like mercifully, like what's the word? Mercifully booed. Like he was booed very loud.
I did hear it from, of course, Talking Friars, which is like the official Padres, X account.
Yeah, you better worry about that. Talking Friars, just heads up there.
Yeah, I did. I saw that he was booed, which makes sense with the All-Star introductions, opening day introductions. I mean, it wasn't the greatest, separation between the Padres and Melvin, I guess, at the end of the day.
It really wasn't. And I'll still sit here and say that I thought Bob Melvin's a good manager. I think Bob Melvin's still a good manager. And I didn't agree with the firing of Bob Melvin, but with everything that's been said afterwards, like, a break needed to happen. Like they needed to make a change, and I think everybody's in a good spot now. Everyone's better off for it, and he was only here 2 years. Now he did accomplish more in 2 years than any manager under AJ Preller in the last 10 years. But still, it wasn't like Bob Melvin was here for like a decade and took this team to a World Series and everyone's booing the crap out of him, right? It's just a 2-year thing.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just a weird situation. I wouldn't have envisioned it when he ended up here 2 years ago. I mean, what a weird whirlwind 2 years for the way it went down. I mean, he was so there was so much excitement when he landed here because of his success with Oakland. Then you had year 1. I mean, to go from year 1 to year 2 like that, I get it. It's professional sports, and you even see it in college. One bad year can be really costly, but like, man, that was a bad year. And I'm not just talking about on field. For the way that it ended off a year, they weren't 55 and 107. They just disappointed. and everyone was accountable. And I'm not saying he took the fall because I think he wanted out. And the fact that he did want out, again, I think has rubbed people wrong in San Diego. It was a weird couple of years is what it was.
It really was. It was a weird couple of years. You thought that, after year one, it's like, okay, they're building something here. Everyone, think about if I told you after the 2022 season, oh, by the way, everyone's going to be booing Bob Melvin on opening day of 2024, you'd be like, what the hell happened? Like,
Right.
Think about that. That was such a quick turnaround to go from arguably, Bochy's the top of the list, but arguably one of the most beloved managers in Padres history after 2022 to just like 2 years later at 2024, everyone's booing the crap out of him. It's just crazy. It's wild.
Yeah,
It's wild.
sometimes it's like it's about a fit, and maybe the fit in San Francisco is better because of his Bay Area ties, because of his time with Oakland. Maybe it works out for all parties. I guess that's my best guess right now, that it probably works out better in San Francisco than it did in San Diego. And we'll see about Mike Schilt. Mike Schilt's won a good amount of games as a major league manager with the Cardinals, so I don't think the Padres are in a bad spot, but it needs to be proven also. The way that Mike Schilt manages this team as well.
Right, exactly. So we're in the bottom of the 7th inning now. Giants lead the Padres 3-2. Your nerves for tonight, John? Are they calm? Are you getting ready to get nervous? How do you feel confidence wise? Like, do you feel the same way as you did last year for the Alabama game? Like, where are you at?
Yeah, really good question. I get nervous for every game.
I know that.
Regular season or postseason. But I'm not overly nervous based on everything we've talked about this week. I feel like they have accomplished everything they've set out to accomplish, and they put themselves in a position where if they play like they did Sunday against Yale, they'll be in position, I believe, to potentially surprise a lot of people and win the game. No one gave them a chance a year ago against Alabama, really, except like themselves and maybe San Diegans and Aztec fans. And, they played a really good game. I didn't think they played a perfect game, by the way, against Alabama, but defensively they played really well. And then the game like this, I think UConn's probably a cut above the Alabama 2023 team since they're coming off a national championship game and they're not as young as that team. But like San Diego State's been in every single game they played this year, but one at the Pit that was over 2 months ago. And I don't know. It's like they have nothing to lose. And they have been so good in this tournament over the last couple of years that I think if they play to their ability, they'll give UConn a game. And by the way, if they give UConn a game, let's see what happens, because very few teams have done that. So UConn, that's a little bit of unfamiliar territory if they find themselves in a 5-point game with 5 minutes to play like last year.
By the way, your favorite player, Tyler Wade, he just had a single runner on first and third with no outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. So,
oh, nice.
Actually,
I think I would
be everyone's new favorite player.
I think I was going to leave him in Korea after getting caught stealing in an exhibition game against the LG Twins, but I like the fact that the Padres had more a willingness to stick with him despite that.
Well, he's turned into like one of their better players, to be honest with you. This guy's he's hitting 500 on the year, John. He already has an RBI
great
today.
If he keeps doing that, it's going to be a very good year.
Yeah, you think Jackson Merrill? Jackson Merrill's about to blow the roof off this place if he gets a base hit here.
Yes. This is what we just talked about, though. Like, can you come back from a slim deficit? And first and third, nobody out after falling behind by a run is a good start to an inning.
Well, it's the situations that they were in. Like last year, runners on first and third with no outs. How many times they did not score? It was just like strikeout. You're like, oh my god. And so this year, hopefully, it's different. The Korea series, it felt different, but it also was in Korea. So, and it's 2 games. So it is what it is.
Sure.
So getting back to Petco Park, back on home turf, back into the swing of things. And it's like, can they be better than they were last year in a huge way? Not just a little way, like a huge way. Like they were last in all of baseball in a lot of offensive categories with runners in scoring position, batting average, and all that stuff. This year, they're going to have to try to be at least middle of the pack. If you're middle of the pack in those categories, you feel good about yourself for the season.
Yeah, what do we have?
I heard Petco Park explode. So we'll see what happens
That's
here.
Not usually up. That's not usually uh-oh.
No, that's an uh-oh, like a good, like, uh-oh, here we go.
This is the problem with watching on television or stream.
I know, we're a little far behind.
All right.
So, well, I hear the crowd cheering.
Stolen base, wild throw, run scored.
Oh, Tyler Wade, the greatest player of all time. making things happen. So now it's tied at 3-3. All right. Oh, bad throw too. Okay. So now we're in a tie game. Good stuff.
Kind of an entertaining game.
Very entertaining game.
Yeah.
Again, we're at the Blind Borough. I'm at the Blind Borough. John is in Boston getting ready for the Aztecs Yukon matchup tonight for the Sweet 16. Pre-game show officially starts at 4 p.m. Tip-off is at 4:39. Is that like the official tip-off time? No slides here, John?
Yeah, no slides. It's game 1 of the night in Boston because Iowa State and Illinois will be afterwards, something like 30 minutes after game 1. So, yeah, it'll start 4:39 Pacific. This place will be filled up, I would imagine, by then because, again, Connecticut's in the building. I think the gates have actually opened because a small number of fans have begun to file their way in. So, we're getting close to it. We're just over an hour out. The teams cannot take the floor until 1 hour before starting lineups per NCAA rules. So teams will take the floor, I would say, at some point in the next 10 or 15 minutes, and then they'll be out here for 60 minutes. And then, we're just over an hour away, right? Hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes away. We're getting close.
Hour and 20 minutes away. I was saying earlier in the show today that the timing of everything is going to potentially match up perfect with the Padres game ending and the Giants game starting, or excuse me, the Aztec game starting.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how it is down at Blind Borough. Once a Padres game ends, like the sea of San Diegans that are like coming out of Petco Park, it's going to be a madhouse. And if you wanted to come down and watch the game downtown, you better get down here like right now, because if you're not down here right now, it will be impossible once the game starts for the Aztecs. Now, they're also going to have Gallagher Square opened up to watch the Aztec game after the Padres game ended. Dude, I walked by Gallagher Square today, John.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That place is amazing. Like, it does not, like, the pictures do not do it justice. I tell you, like, it is something to behold what they did at Gallagher Square. Complete transformation from what they had there previously. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. Like you said, I've seen the photos and it does look completely different, but it's a worthwhile investment. I mean, they draw so well that they put fans there like every game, and then everything that they do. I mean, they have so many concerts. They have so many events. Then they open it up to the public, during the off season. I mean, honestly, it's like a good community investment because of how often it is used. And it probably needed a little bit of an upgrade, didn't it? I mean, I didn't see any huge problems with it, but it's a lot of space. So they utilize it a lot. So, I guess it made sense for them. So I'm excited to see it when I get back.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. There's a pitching change. The pitcher for the Giants, Luke Jackson, just got hurt, and he's coming out of the game. So that's a good thing for the Padres. Runner is on first and third, nobody out. Xander Bogaerts now for the Padres with a pitching change for the Giants. They got to come through here, right? They got to come through in this situation. They have to come through in this situation. And once they do come through, you got to hold this lead. You can't lose late in the game with your bullpen on opening day. Like, it can't happen with this team. You have to get the bridge to Suarez. If you get the lead here, and you got to shut this thing down, and you got to come away with opening day win.
Yeah, and everyone wants to know, like, is Robert Suarez going to be an effective Major League closer? He's been a very effective Major League reliever at one point. That was 2022. But will he be the same as a closer? And he'll be given that opportunity, obviously, immediately. I mean, they've already blown a lead, but to their credit, come back to at least tie it. And hopefully here we'll take back a lead. But this is 2023 in a nutshell. It's like what you do in these close games, whether you win a lot of them or you lose a lot of them, ultimately determines whether you're a good team or a bad team. And they at least have an opportunity in this game. The strength of this team is supposed to be their bullpen. So if they can give their bullpen a lead into the eighth inning at home against the San Francisco team with a middling offense, those are the games you got to win. You don't lose games with eighth inning leads at home against the San Francisco Giants. Those are the games you got to win.
And I know it's so stupid, but I feel like you kind of set the tone a little bit with a comeback win today. If you can pull off a win, like you said, it's a long season. I get it. But just to start out, downtown today, John, was insane. I was down here at around 9:45, 10 a.m., and there were Padres fans filling up every single bar in the Gaslamp. And with the offseason that they had, you might think that there might be less of that this year, right? Just like show me what you can do. Like from a fan base perspective, like, I don't want to be hurt again, so I'm going to kind of be at an arm's distance and see what you can do before I give you my trust again. But, I didn't feel any of that today. I felt like it was just as packed And just the vibe here was just as good as last year was for, their season that was supposed to be like, 100 wins and a World Series.
Yeah, and this isn't, by the way, I mean, every city in America obviously, has a big crowd on opening day, but that's not who the Padres fan base is, truthfully. I mean, this is a really loyal fan base that probably gave the Padres more than the Padres gave them in 2023. And coming off the year in which they just had, Padres have taken a lead, by the way.
Xander Bogaerts.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, coming off the year in which they came off, I mean, listen, San Diego's because I've said this for years now. I mean, I think San Diego is a very good baseball city, and in fact, a very underrated national baseball city, especially in the absence of the NFL. So, let's see. Again, now they've got a lead 4-3 on a Xander Bogaerts single. But yeah, you're going to see it packed all weekend long. I mean, assuming weather, and we'll see about that. But they're going to pack it all year. They drew 3 million fans last year. They were a 500 team. I mean, that's really a credit to San Diegans and Padres fans.
Yeah, and the guy that just came through, Xander Bogaerts last year was one of the worst hitters with runners in scoring position in all of baseball. He hit, I think, 192. Xander Bogaerts just got a hit with runners in scoring position. I think that's his already third hit this year with runners in scoring position in 3 games. I mean, you get that bounce back year from Xander Bogaerts, it just feels different. Like if the stars can perform, if the stars can show up, if the stars can do what they're expected to do, live up to the money, it's going to feel completely different this year, even with the holes on this team, even though Tyler Wade's apparently the greatest third baseman in the history of baseball, so it doesn't really matter anymore that Manny Machado's not playing at third base. So, yeah, you'd love to see that from Xander Bogaerts, things that you did not see from him all last year. It felt like he was an automatic out when he was at the plate with the runners in scoring position.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't good. I mean, I think he actually was good in April, and then he was terrible for 4 months.
It didn't count.
Good in September. I mean, the thing you have to always be cautious of is how long the season is.
I know.
And
I know.
And because I remember last year, Xander Bogaerts was a really good hitter for a month of the season. He really was. And then he wasn't. So this is going to, this will play out over a series of time. But again, I go back to a year ago, coming off a National League Championship Series, and they started at home against the Rockies. Isn't that right? They started at home against the Rockies, and they came
lost
out
opening
flat.
day. Yeah.
And they lost the second day of the season as well. They ended up, I think, splitting the 4-game series, 2 games apiece. So it would just be better. It would just be more encouraging. That's what we're saying about this homestand. Just go out and have a winning homestand and get off on the right foot. And again, it doesn't determine anything. It doesn't mean you're going to be good or you're going to be bad. But it just would feel better considering how poorly they played for a bulk of last year.
Well, the Padres had just scored again. Jake Cronenworth, I believe, hit a double down the right field line. Wow. So the Padres, what they could not do last year, score late in the games when trailing, have kind of piled it on here. The Giants in the bottom of the 7th inning. They now lead 6-3. 6-3, bottom of the 7th. It just it just feels different, right? It feels different so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have a little bit of breathing room. I'm going to go back. If this ends up being a good year, a year that is maybe better than expected, I'm actually going to put a lot of it potentially on this Korea trip, just because it feels like that was something they didn't experience last year, like coming together as a team. And I don't know if it's happened or not. It'll play out over 5 or 6 months, and there'll be highs and lows. But
yeah,
I feel like maybe the Korea series is actually a good thing. We were so worried about the travel and the logistics and everything that went into it. I wonder if it will ultimately be a good thing for the Padres this year.
Well, we hope it's a good thing. We're at the Blind Burrow outside of Petco Park. We're here until 4 p.m. getting you ready for Aztecs and Yukon in the Sweet 16. Coming up next, we'll give you more updates from this Padres game. They're up 6-3 in the bottom of the 7th inning right now. Can they hold on to this lead? John's in Boston. I'm in San Diego. Back with more right here on Jon and Jim.
We're kicking off the weekend with the people. Tomorrow afternoon, it's time to get ready for all the action. The Sweet 16 continues. Plus, the opening series rolls on against the Giants at Petco. Broadcasting live from the Naughty Barrel. It's the Darren Smith Show from 12 to 3. Then Jon and Jim come on at 3, leading you right up to Westwood One's continuing coverage of the Sweet 16. Right here. San Diego Sports. 760. America's finest sports station.
All right, it is this sensational sports day in San Diego, obviously, and maybe between this Padres game and the Aztecs game, you're looking for something quick and affordable to eat. look no further than Windmill Farms. They'll get you ready for tonight with the Aztecs, and, of course, everything you need from a game day and tailgating and grocery perspective this weekend as well. The College Area's Natural Grocer, such a great spot. You can pick up sandwiches right now from their deli. They're affordable, they're high quality, and with the sandwich card, your 8th sandwich is free. They have everything you need from a grocery perspective as well. Produce, meats, craft beer, wine, kombucha, everything you could possibly want. Centrally located off Del Cerro Boulevard, easy in and out access, friendly, smiling faces when you walk in because they're family owned and operated. Trevor and his family serving San Diegans for 2+ decades. They support local businesses. Even if you're not in the area, you can find Windmill Farms on Instacart and have your groceries delivered directly to your doorstep. Also, they have weekly specials on Instagram and also at windmillfarmsmarket.com. But as you're heading out of Petco here this afternoon or getting ready for the Aztecs game tonight, swing by, shop local, shop at Windmill Farms.
North County Cadillac GMC. Want a great deal on a new truck? Look no further than North County Cadillac GMC. Get a whopping $10,500 off a 2024 GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation 4x4 Crew Cab. Only at North County Cadillac GMC, exceeding your expectations every time. We are professional grade. $4,000 dealer discount plus $6,500 rebate equals $10,500 off. Excludes tax, registration, and fees. One available. Stock number 7240226. See dealer for details. Expires 3/31/24.
Congratulations to my man, my friend, Gary Cooper, Mountain Trust Mortgage and Realty, 20 years here locally in the lending and real estate business. Mountain Trust Mortgage and Realty has been there for me. They've been there for many of you. They continue to be there for so many people in San Diego. If you're thinking about buying a home, you're thinking about selling a home, thinking about refinancing, let Gary Cooper and his team educate you, not sell you. They educate buyers and sellers with the information that you need. This market is just flooded with all sorts of craziness happening right now, from rates to different programs. Gary Cooper and his team, they've lasted 20 years doing it the right way. Ethics, responsibility, caring about you and your bottom line. Give them a call today, 858-376-1299 and mountaintrustmortgage.com.
It's Fletch for primetimes.golf. Primetimes.golf, it's a dating app for salespeople. Begin your next client relationship on a golf course with an ideal prospect who you select and who accepts your invitation. Meet up for golf, expand your network within your industry, role, or community in networking golf groups. Secure tee times for golf with clients or partners at beautiful golf courses weeks in advance. Grow your business by playing more golf. Primetimes.golf. Business golf simplified.
Some people just know the best places to eat around town. Those are the people who know to choose Allstate. They know exactly where to go to get exactly what you're wanting. They know where to find the spiciest hot pot, the gooeyest brownies, and the tenderest, most flavorful portobello steak. Those people also know that safe drivers save 40% with Allstate.
Saving 40% is based on the national average premium savings for Allstate auto customers with a clean driving record versus those without. Savings vary by state and vary based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Life's a constant swirl of shopping. Groceries, clothes, gifts, the occasional self-care splurge. You know how it is. That's why you should get the Drop app. With Drop, you earn points for shopping and turn those points into gift cards. Last year, I scored $150 in gift cards alone. Make sure to use code DROP23 when you sign up and get $5 in Drop points. That's DROP23. Get rewarded for shopping and download Drop now for free on the App Store or Google Play.
The Golf Mart, home of the 90-day guarantee.
This report is sponsored by Caltrans Clean California.
San Diego sports traffic.
It's a slow ride in and around the North County, northbound 15 at Valley Parkway in Escondido. We've got an accident that's blocking the HOV lanes. Traffic heavy from Ted Williams Parkway up to the scene. Northbound 5 slow from the merge up to Loma Santa Fe, then again through Carlsbad Cannon Road up to the 78. I'm Jaron Edwards with a look at San Diego traffic.
Would you like your community to be recognized as a beautiful and clean place to live? Help the place you love become a designated Clean California community. Take the pledge today at cleanca.com. 0 litter is the goal.
All right, hey guys, it's Schaefer back with you from Boston, and I'm so glad I brought a full box of Almond RX packs with me on this trip because it's been a wild 24, 48, 72 hours on the go, running around from practice to games, on airplanes and cars, and I've been able to eliminate the vending machine and eat healthy because of Almond RX. I'm getting my daily dose of vitamin D. I'm curbing hunger, and I'm eating something that's healthy and tasty. If you're looking for something like that for you or your family, make sure to pick up Almond RX, the first and only skinless almond fortified with vitamin D. Founded by a San Diego sports medicine physician, Almond RX is packed with nutrients and antioxidants supporting your heart health, your cellular health, your gut health as well. You can find Almond RX in San Diego at any Foodland in San Diego County, Harvest Ranch in Encinitas, or at almondrx.com. That's ALMONDRX.com. In fact, if you go there right now, almondrx.com, you're getting free shipping on orders over $25 right now at almondrx.com. Eliminate the vending machine from your day. Eat healthy, curb hunger. Almond RX, perfect for the on-the-go lifestyle.
The tournament is here. Bet Online is your bracket headquarters for this season with the best bracket contest out there and odds, lines, and info on every game and every round right up until the national championship. You can access the most up-to-the-minute wagering information anytime from your desktop or your mobile device and even track your bracket real-time all the way through the tournament. Head to Bet Online today to stay updated on all the action. Bet Online. The game starts here.
Listen to San Diego Sports 760 on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, sports, talk, and podcasts. Free, never sounded so good. San Diego Sports now.
All right, this update is brought to you by Staples Center. Padres Giants opening day here at Petco Park. Padres now lead the Giants 6-3 in the top of the 8th inning there. The Aztecs, they take on Yukon in a rematch from last year's national championship game. 4:39 tip-off, 4 p.m. is when our official pregame coverage starts right here on San Diego Sports 760. This update has been brought to you by Staples.
We're back to the Blind Burrow getting set for opening day from Petco versus the Giants.
You know, the two frontline guys, and Joe and you, mixed with Cease, and now King is dribbling the ball really well. We feel really strong about our rotation.
Plus the Aztecs versus Yukon in the Sweet 16. Now, back to Jon and Jim.
All right, Jon and Jim here at the Blind Burrow. I'm at the Blind Burrow. Jon is in Boston, getting ready for the Aztecs Sweet 16 matchup versus Yukon. Padres have taken a 6-3 lead over the Giants, scoring 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning to take a 6-3 lead there, something that you rarely saw at all last year with this Padres team. And we're here for another about 30 minutes or so until Jon will take over for the official Aztec pregame show in Boston. And while we are here for the remainder of 30 minutes or so, if you stop on by, we have QR codes to win Wonderfront tickets, VIP passes. These are not around to buy anymore. Like, these are VIP passes. These are the only way you can get them is by coming by, scanning the QR code to sign up to win these Wonderfront tickets all 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, May 10th, 11th, and 12th. A couple of performers that you could see there. You could see Weezer. You could see T-Pain. You like T-Pain, right, Jon?
Oh, absolutely.
You can see the Roots.
I love the Roots.
Yeah, the Roots are going to be there. They're going to be there on Sunday. Those are just a couple of bands that will be performing at Wonderfront here in San Diego from May 10th to the 12th. VIP passes. The only place you can get them is here at the Blind Burrow until 4 p.m. So come by, scan the QR code for your chances to win.
I want to hear auto-tune Jon.
Dude, when I was a kid, I actually downloaded like an auto-tune app, and I was like, oh, I'm going to sound exactly like T-Pain. Yeah, I didn't sound like T-Pain at all. It was
here's something that nobody cares about, but that's okay.
Okay.
T-Pain has a really good voice. You think it's all auto-tune stuff?
Right.
Listen to him on Tiny Desk. His voice is incredible. You wouldn't know it. I'm telling you, he's got an amazing, amazing voice. I'm not kidding when I say that.
No, I know. He has a great voice.
Yeah, it's really weird that he's known for like auto-tunes because he actually has a very good like singing voice. It's very weird.
Yeah, and then when you put in the auto-tune, it's like even better.
Yeah.
But
Maybe. Yeah.
So yeah. So are the fans piling in there, John?
I see Aztec, a lot of red coming into a section that is directly in front of me and to my left. Both teams are on the floor. San Diego State, as the lower seeded team, will wear black tonight.
Okay.
Yukon is going to wear white here tonight. But yes, I see a lot of red in the building, actually both behind me and also on an opposite side. Now, San Diego State sold out its entire allotment of tickets, obviously, even though we're in Boston. And I was told, I believe they had multiple hundred requests they could not fulfill for this game. So multiple hundred requests they could not fulfill. That doesn't mean people didn't come. They just couldn't get them through the university or the athletic department. So listen, you're going to have Iowa State, Illinois, and San Diego State pulling for San Diego State because, Iowa State and Illinois don't want to play Yukon either. So, and this is the NCAA tournament, and teams pull for the underdog. So, yes, I think it's going to be, I don't know, between 60-40 and 70-30 pro Yukon, but I don't think it's 90-10 because you have three other fan bases in the building. That's my guess. I could be wrong. We are 80 miles from Storrs, Connecticut, but that's just my guess heading into it.
Yeah, and I think, if you're not a Yukon fan in that building, like you said, they're going to root for San Diego State because they don't want to play Yukon.
No.
They'd rather play San Diego State.
You're right.
But here's the flip side, though. If San Diego State wins, then San Diego State's coming off of taking down the number one overall team in the tournament. So maybe it's like, do we want to face the team that just took down the number one overall team in the tournament? Or do we, want to take our chances with a team with all the pressure of the world to win a national championship this year? So you can look at both sides of the coin.
The answer is they want to play San Diego State. Now, they might not know what they're getting into, because I'm sure Creighton wanted to play San Diego State over Alabama, too.
I know.
And then Creighton ended up losing to San Diego State. The truth is, UConn's average margin of victory in these 8 tournament games, going back to last year, is over 22 points per game. Nobody wants to play Connecticut. No, nobody wants to play Connecticut. But it's not just some like coronation. I think they will be tested at some point from here on out in this NCAA tournament. We'll find out pretty soon if it's here tonight or not.
Yeah. So fans already think this is going to be a win because I see a lot of fans coming out of Petco Park right now. With Padres up 6-3 in the bottom of the 8th inning.
I mean, trying to maybe get out, get back for the Aztecs game potentially, get to a bar.
Yeah, makes sense.
Second game.
I don't know if I'm going to watch the game downtown or if I'm going to go home because
you'll have about 40 minutes. I mean, you can get home pretty quick, or no?
Well, here's the thing. So I Ubered down here this morning.
Oh, you Ubered? Yeah.
I just checked the Uber on my app. Pretty expensive. To come and get an Uber from downtown.
80,000 people downtown.
I know.
And it's rush hour.
I know. I know. So I don't know what I'm going to do. It's been an S
just
show
stay
all
there
day.
forever. Never go home.
Okay, I'll become a home. I'll be just sit on the side of the road here and just that's my new home. Aaron.
And every week you can just do a broadcast from downtown.
Right. Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah. So I'll just do that.
Another chapter to things that Jim didn't think through.
Right. Exactly. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. So yeah, Padres lead the Giants right now 6-3, bottom of the 8th inning there. Aztecs for almost an hour, actually exactly 1 hour out from tip-off in Boston between the Aztecs and Yukon. If you can get the double dip today, John, you could put that right on top of you put that on a short list of great days in San Diego sports history.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. Again, you have opening day every year. Every city that has a baseball team has opening day. And they're always special, and you want to get off on the right foot. But, yeah, I guess if you couple opening day with slaying a top seed in an NCAA tournament in their backyard, that is a very big sports day for, first of all, most cities, but specifically San Diego, because, again, we don't have all the benefits that New York City or Boston enjoy. Like, it's not like the Celtics are playing tonight in San Diego. So, yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, if listen, it's going to take a special effort. There's no question about it. I think it took that last year against Alabama. They went down 9 in the second half, took a timeout, and then played beautiful basketball from there on out. There's, of course, going to be adversity. None of this is going to be easy. It's going to take their best performance, and that includes they're going to have to play better than they did against Yale, obviously. Yale is a non-equal to Yukon, and that's with all due respect to Yale. So it's going to take something really special. out of San Diego State, but we've seen special things out of San Diego State over the years. And hopefully tonight is just one of those nights where things go right immediately for the Aztecs.
Yep. You're going to have to play better. Like you said, the Yale game was just like metrically their best game of the season. And even if you do play like as well as you did against Yale, you still could lose. And like
Absolutely.
That's how good Yukon is. So you're going to have to make all the little plays. You're going to have to get all the crucial rebounds. You're going to have to make your free throws to have a chance to win today versus Yukon. All right. So final stop coming up next. We'll update you. Padres are up 6-3 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Robert Suarez is warming up to come in for the top of the 9th inning there to try to close that one down to get the win on opening day. Final stop on Jon and Jim coming up next.
We're kicking off the weekend with the people. Tomorrow afternoon, it's time to get ready for all the action. The Sweet 16 continues. Plus, the opening series rolls on against the Giants at Petco. Broadcasting live from the Naughty Barrel. It's the Darren Smith Show from 12 to 3. Then Jon and Jim come on at 3, leading you right up to Westwood One's continuing coverage of the Sweet 16 right here. San Diego Sports. 760. America's finest sports station.
All right, be honest. You're heading out of work a little early today. Padres have been playing on opening day. Aztecs are playing tonight. Why not swing by Windmill Farms and pick up a quick, easy, affordable, healthy dinner for you, your friends, and your family to watch the game tonight and to get ready for your entire weekend as well. Windmill Farms, the college area's natural grocer. I've told you about it for months and months. They have everything you need for tonight, this weekend as well. They've got you covered for your groceries as well. From the sandwiches, where you can get your 8 sandwich free with a sandwich card, and they've got low prices and high quality ingredients and a huge selection of sandwiches. But then all your grocery needs are covered. I mean, anything you need, and it's so quick and easy and convenient. It's not a big box grocer. It's family owned. All the employees have smiles on their faces. It's a great, great spot, centrally located right by Montezuma Mesa. And even if you're not near Montezuma Mesa, you can find Windmill Farms on Instacart. Have your groceries delivered directly to your doorstep. Trevor and his family, locally owned and operated for 20 plus years and working with local businesses in our community as well. And they got specials for you, whether it's the sandwich card or at windmillfarmsmarket.com or on Instagram. So as you're heading home tonight, getting ready for the Aztecs, leaving opening day, shop local, shop at Windmill Farms.
Now a March Madness schedule preview. The break from March Madness action is over and the Sweet 16 gets underway today from Boston and Los Angeles. In the East, Yukon will take the court against San Diego State, and Illinois will battle Iowa State in a 2 versus 3 seed matchup. And in the West, North Carolina will meet Alabama, along with the 2 seed Arizona taking on Clemson. Hear Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA tournament right here.
If you're a pro and flooring is your game, we'll help you win it. Because at LL Flooring, all we do is floors. You want decor?
Try.
You want plumbing?
You're out.
LL Flooring has been helping pros knock it out of the park for over 30 years. Visit one of our 400 nationwide warehouses for one-on-one service, extensive inventory, and exclusive pro pricing. Get the pro treatment you deserve. Online or LL Flooring, every step covered.
Have you been wanting to find the secret to losing weight and getting healthy the natural way without drugs or injections? At SDFatLoss.com, we know the secret to losing a half a pound to a pound of fat every day naturally, safely, and effectively without counting points or calories. No exercising, no prepackaged meals, no hormones, no injections, no drugs or surgery. Go to SDFatLoss.com now.
Hey, let's start losing weight the natural way. Get on over to SDFatLoss.com. No injections, no hormones, no drugs, no surgeries, just good old-fashioned weight loss. Head on over to SDFatLoss.com. I'm down 30 plus pounds in a month and a half.
Many clients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or 2. That's up to a pound per day. For your free private phone consultation, call 858-665-3211 or go to SDFatLoss.com. Our staff will walk you through our entire program, talk about your health goals, and see if it's a good fit for you. Go to SDFatLoss.com now. Results may vary.
Join the Darren Smith Show and Jon and Jim live from Naughty Barrel in East Village this Friday starting at noon with 100 beers on tap. Texas-style barbecue every weekend at the largest outdoor patio in East Village. Pre-game at Naughty Barrel, East Village.
Life's a constant swirl of shopping. Groceries, clothes, gifts, the occasional self-care splurge. You know how it is. That's why you should get the Drop app. With Drop, you earn points for shopping and turn those points into gift cards. Last year, I scored $150 in gift cards alone. Make sure to use code DROP23 and get $5 in Drop points. That's DROP23. Get rewarded for shopping and download Drop now for free on the App Store or Google Play.
Humboldt Casino is San Diego's newest and closest casino, inviting you. Grab the brackets. Head on out to Tony Gwynn Sports Pub. You can experience all the hoops action in March, plus savory bites. Tony Gwynn Sports Pub, where fandom meets fantastic. Voted best sports pub 6 years running by the readers of the UT poll. Also, end of the month, Easter brunch, prime cut. Couldn't be better. You can have a sumptuous Easter brunch, prime cut, steak and seafood, an unforgettable celebration of flavors. Reserve your table today. Humboldt Casino, fun above all else.
News trending now on AM 600 Kogo.
I'm Jack Cronin, the Kogo News Center. The health department in San Diego launching a new website to track people getting sick from the border sewage crisis. After a big day in sports, the home opener for the Padres and the Aztecs in the Sweet 16, San Diego now gearing up for a weekend storm that will start on Saturday morning.
These stories and more on San Diego's News Radio 600 Kogo and Kogo.com. Brought to you by San Diego County Credit Union.
Experience better banking with SDCCU. Open a free checking with eStatements account and bank on the go. Check balances, deposit checks, pay bills, and more just about anywhere through your smartphone 24/7. Messages and data rates may apply. Visit SDCCU.com. That's SDCCU.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to sportsSD.com/rules.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores.
It is a slow ride in the North County. Northbound 5 is over an hour to get you from Mission Valley up to Oceanside. We got metal debris in travel lanes in Carlsbad. Northbound 5 at Palomar Airport Road. Southbound 5, we got an accident at the old nuclear power plant and heavy traffic through Camp Pendleton down to the 78. Upwards for the look at San Diego traffic.
Staples Print Big Sale means the more you print, the more you save. Get $20 off your print purchase of $100 or more, $50 off your print purchase of $200 or more, and $100 off your print purchase of $300 or more. Offer ends 4/6. See staples.com/print for details. Print more, save more at Staples.
Islands. Happy hour weekdays 3 till 6:30 p.m.
All right, hey guys, it's Schaefer. Are you looking for a healthy snack for you and your entire family and your kids to enjoy? Look no further than Almond RX. Eliminate the vending machine from your diet. Your kids are going to love it. Trust me, my son, my 5-year-old Jones, absolutely loves them. He has a pack with him when we go over to preschool each and every morning. It gives you your daily dose of vitamin D, but it also just curbs hunger in general. It's almost a meal replacement. It's healthy. It's tasty. It's the first and only skinless almond fortified with vitamin D, and it's been founded by a San Diego sports medicine physician. Almond RX is packed with nutrients and antioxidants, supporting your heart health, cellular health, and also your gut health. You can find Almond RX right in San Diego County. Any Foodland in San Diego County, Harvest Ranch in Encinitas, also at almondrx.com. That's ALMONDRX.com. In fact, if you go there right now, you're going to get free shipping on your orders of $25 or more. Go there right now, almondrx.com. Trust me, you're going to love it. Your family and your kids will as well. It's perfect for the on-the-go lifestyle. It curbs hunger. Get free shipping right now at almondrx.com.
At Target, count on our great deals just in time for Easter. Save $5 when you spend $30 on toys with Target Circle, so you can fill their baskets with fun, like cuddly stuffed animals or 50-piece sidewalk chalk, all from only $5. Add an Easter chocolate faves at BOGO 50% off, from Cadbury to Reese's mini eggs and more. And get great family picks with new Easter looks. It's easy with 20% off dresses, polos, and more. Hop in fast for our best Easter deals, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
We're back to the Blind Burrow getting set for opening day from Petco versus the Giants.
You know, the two frontline guys, and Joe and you, mixed with Cease and now King is dribbling the ball really well. We feel really strong about our rotation.
Plus the Aztecs versus Yukon in the Sweet 16. Now back to Jon and Jim.
All right, Jon and Jim at Petco Park outside the ballpark at Blind Burrow. It is a final. The Padres win on opening day 6-4 against the Giants. Michael Conforto had a meaningless home run off Robert Suarez there in the top of the ninth inning, but Robert Suarez got it done. Padres win. They're 2-1 on the year. They win on opening day. They win on a day that, you know, Peter Seidler was definitely remembered throughout the entire ballpark. And this, I put this on Twitter. This was a type of win today They didn't have many of these last year. You didn't have many games where they go down late in innings. It's a one-run game, and they find a way to come back. And not only do they find a way to come back, they kind of, score a bunch of runs late in an inning, late in the game in an inning. Like it was a great seventh inning today for the Padres, and they get the win 6-4 over the Giants.
Yeah, I mean, you'll take that any day of the week. Again, in a division that is expected to have a lot of competition, maybe for second place with San Diego and San Francisco and Arizona, to beat a team that you could be vying with throughout the course of the season is a good way to start the season, I would say, at home.
Oh, yeah, fantastic way to start the season. I feel like I'm left on an island right now because I'm literally at a table in the middle of the sidewalk in Petco Park. There's just like thousands of fans walking out around me. There's like, dude, it feels so weird. I got my little camera here and like I'm on like Wi-Fi and I'm talking to you over my like Apple AirPods. Like, dude, it is. Hey, at least
one
they
of those
won.
days.
One of those days. At least they won. They got the win today. The first of the double dip that you're trying to get if you're a San Diego sports fan. Next up, it's the Aztecs, and we are less than an hour out from tip-off. We are less than 10 minutes from our post-game or our pregame show starting with you in Boston. How's the vibe there? Is the place starting to fill up?
Vibe's good. Yeah, it is. It is. It has a little bit of an NBA feel, maybe because we're in a big city and an NBA arena. But like, there's just something about the Northeast and the Big East, and again, Connecticut's used to winning, and they got a lot of fans, obviously, that are going to be in this building. But I'm seeing a lot of Aztec fans. I'm looking around right now. I'm seeing a lot of red and black in the building, and it's going to be awesome. I think it'll be filled up basically entirely for Game 1, even though I think maybe Illinois and Iowa State fans will file in, but I'd say 90+% of the building will be filled up, I'm sure, within the next hour.
That's good. I think I just got second degree. I don't know what the hell I just smelled there because that was, that was crazy. Padres today,
What
John.
happened?
I don't know. There's a lot happening right now. I am a mess. It's been a
You really are.
It's been a long day. Did I tell you that before today, when going to the client party, I had 2 like giant margaritas, and that was like the dumbest idea I've ever had in my life.
You drank the margaritas today?
Yeah, I did. It was a horrible idea.
I didn't know that.
It was a horrible idea.
Doing a solo show on a headset, like on like AirPods. Hey, let me just drink all day.
Let me just get drunk, and then I'm in a corner in the middle of the sidewalk. So whatever. I was gonna say here before we get out, Padres. The feeling of today is something you haven't felt. You didn't feel last year many times, and it's just a good way to start this season at home. You're going to win versus the Giants. You feel good. You're 2-1 on the year. You want to get out to a good start this season. You're the first 7 games of the season. So Padres, Giants tomorrow, this weekend. Hopefully the rain goes away. All right, coming up next, so I can hear the music faintly. Coming up next, Aztec pregame show from Boston. John in Boston, Aztecs, Yukon. Coming up next on San Diego Sports 760.
Join us for our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Awards, live from the Dolby Theater in Hollywood.
Monday, April 1st. Watch on Fox.